welcome to Blue Jays today, where, guys, trade deadline in the MLB is in absolutely full swing. If you have post notifications on Twitter from like all the big like analysts in MLB, then I imagine you've been getting a lot of notifications because God only knows that we have, man. Things have been flying around left, right, and center, and not just rumors, right? Actual big major league trades going down, names, moving squads, getting different jerseys on, and getting ready to get the second half of the season, the final stretch even, underway. We have so much to break down on this show,
It's
everybody.
actually kind of ridiculous. There's been a lot today.
It is truly... that's the perfect word, actually. Ridiculous is the perfect word. There are so many different trades, so many different rumors that we need to go through, everybody. For the 75 people watching, guys, thank you so much for tuning in and joining with us. This is going to be a long one, everybody, so I'm just going to say it right here. We're probably going to be punting the rewatchability on this one, just for YouTube standards. But if you are rewatching this, then stop rewatching this and go watch us live, because if you're rewatching it, we're probably live right now, because we're going to be live all of Tuesday, August 31st August 1st, for the actual trade deadline, folks. So with that housekeeping, with that bookkeeping out of the way, how do we want to start this thing off, man?
Well, why don't we start catching everybody up? Because literally New Brunswick, Canada guy in here saying, I cannot keep up with the trades, LOL. Like, we're going to do our best to keep you up to date in the last 24 hours. So everything after that, last time we were live, which was the trade we made for Mr. Jordan Hicks, who is now officially on the roster and with the team in Toronto. We're going to catch up with everything before that. I think we should start with the most recent, and then as time goes on, we'll go with the older ones there if we need to fill in time.
And you know what, I'll just put it out here right now, guys. We do know that the Blue Jays game is going on right now as we're live. We will be doing regular updates on that. We will also be taking your suggestions, taking your trade proposals in here as well. I imagine that we're going to be live for like the next few hours, honestly, folks. So like this is going to be a chill one. We're really going to be diving deep into everything. So if you guys have any questions, any proposals, any scenarios, anything, this is the perfect time to get into it.
Absolutely.
Let's do it, man.
Let's get right into it. So the last one, which was about, and you know what's funny enough? I thought we were going to run out all the trades before we go live. I was like, oh God, they kept coming. Rapid fire, rapid fire. It's been quiet for about half an hour on the trade market.
Well, that just means something's coming.
Something big's coming. Something big's coming, but it gives us a chance to kind of look back a little bit. We've got over here Jeff Passan speaking. He says that the San Francisco Giants, this is the last trade, folks, everybody. The San Francisco Giants are finalizing a trade to acquire outfielder A.J. Pollock and utility man Mark Mathias from the Seattle Mariners. Sources tell ESPN. Now, this isn't the only trade that those Seattle Mariners have made today. So they're starting their sell. They've got a few more pieces that we're going to dive into later. But the big note here for me, the San Francisco Giants are popping into the trade market, making moves. Why?
Well, actually, you know, this just goes to show, man, that, like, nobody knows anything at all. Because I was straight up reading an article. I think I actually sent it to you on Friday or on Thursday, right? So literally a few days ago, right? Like, just before the weekend, folks. And it was talking about how the San Francisco Giants were seriously considering selling some of their starting pitchers. And now, you know, 3 days later, here they are buying outfielders. Right. So it's literally no one knows anything about anything.
I gotta give it credit. I didn't know how good the San Francisco Giants were. I don't really look over at the NL West too often. And yeah, folks, I mean, they are 10 games above 500. So, you know, I'm sorry, Giants fans. Like, I do see why you're trying to purchase some firepower.
Totally, dude. Totally. They are 100% in the mix right now. They're holding on to one of those wild card spots. Like, and I mean, can you just scroll right up quickly to the East, the NL East? Yeah, I mean, so, like, basically, they're trying to fend off Philadelphia right now. They're trying to fend off Philadelphia. They're trying to fend off, I think it's Arizona as well, if I'm not mistaken.
Let's take a peek.
Yeah, that's exactly who it is.
Right
now.
Yeah.
So
Oh, wow.
They're trying to hold on. It's very tight in the NL, man. It's very tight. So, like, all of those teams, Milwaukee's okay, because Milwaukee, like, they're fighting for their division, so they don't really care about any of this. They're fighting with the Cincinnati Reds, but, like, the rest of them, like, this is very, very tight, man. So it does make sense from the San Francisco Giants side of things to be buying in. From the Mariners side of things, this is, I think, even the bigger news for me, because Mariners, they're out, folks. They're out.
They're out. They were close, but now they're out.
Like, our kryptonite. Kryptonite of last year. they're done, guys. Like, they're effectively calling it. They're throwing in the towel.
I love it.
You know, it's like
it.
Part of me is really happy because like now we don't need to deal with them anymore.
Right.
But also part of me is kind of sad because it's like I would have liked to exercise those demons on the same stage.
Right.
But at the end of the day, if we can't do that, I will still take this, and this opens the door for so many other potential Seattle Mariners trades. Teoscar Hernandez.
Oh yeah.
Ty France has been a name I've been seeing.
Oh yeah, man. Those are the two names that I've thrown up on here, folks. I've also just created this little quick graphic for y'all, but basically we got all the buyers, retooling sellers, and in here, like Nick's saying, Hernandez and France. Those are two names that we got to be watching tonight because they could be gone. I mean, you saw St. Louis just sell all their guys at once, right?
Yeah.
You know, you're seeing the Mets. They're starting to sell all their guys right now. So it could be a chain of effects right now, a little domino effect once one guy goes.
It's probably because, right, like these teams that are sellers, they've done all their due diligence, right? They've called around, they've had these discussions, and we're going to get to the Toronto Blue Jays, of course, everybody, but, you know, you had these rumors come out that the Blue Jays, they were in deeper conversations with the St. Louis Cardinals.
Yeah.
Maybe for Jordan Montgomery. We don't know who the other player was or how deep those conversations go, right? But, I mean, they were probably in those conversations, and then once St. Louis realized, you know what, maybe it's not going to go right there, we're just going to sell you Jordan Hicks, and now we're immediately going to shell off Jordan Montgomery, right? So I wouldn't be surprised if we're starting to see that domino effect as well with the Seattle Mariners. Maybe some of those bats start going too. Yeah,
no, that's the big thing, and we are in on bats, folks. Like this is kind of the quote that Nick was referring to that we did to explore the bigger concepts, but But the bats, Blue Jays, we are among the teams looking for right-handed bats. I think we're kind of exhausted that narrative for a while now, but we're still there, and there are still a lot of bats available, especially with those Seattle Mariners. I mean, hey, I was never buying into the T.O. coming back home. I don't think he is, but could you imagine a reunion with Teoscar Hernandez? Is that a possibility for you?
You know, I don't see why not, man.
Why not?
I mean, like now that Seattle is out of the race, right? Like they're effectively calling it. You know, they're saying, listen, we're a little bit too far back. There's too much competition in there. We're not in their division. You know, we're not in their division, and I'm sure that Teoscar Hernandez would like to come back to Toronto. I'm sure that the clubhouse boys like Guerrero and Bichette, like all those dudes, like that would be such a nice boost. You know, it's like we got Teo back. Like we gotta go deeper this time, right, Teo? Like we gotta go further. You know? Like that would feel like
feel right.
Exactly.
It would feel so right.
It would just feel right. The only thing that I think would hold people back and hold maybe the Mariners back is it's kind of tough to come to terms with, well, we just traded for this guy, and now we're going to trade him away to the same team for assuredly less than what we traded him for.
Exactly.
You know?
A lot of people, the joke out there is like, well, send Mako back.
Right?
Which kind of, I guess, would make sense, you know?
It's like it would, but it's also like, that's just a really tough pill to swallow if you're that team. Like, I'd rather lose value to another team rather than the team that literally, like, I'm just, like, giving you free stuff at this point, you know?
I feel like a good compromise, because I think Mako, if I'm not mistaken, is a number 9 ranked prospect in our system. Maybe you have to go up a little bit, give him a number 6 or 7. You know what I mean? You got to go up a little bit the ladder, you know, because if you send Mako back, they're like, what was that trade? Whereas if you get a different guy, maybe that guy has some potential. Maybe that you can risk something. Roll the dice.
It would need to be somebody higher for sure, man. I really do think, like, if it was Mako, that's like the biggest slap in the face. You know, like that would just be the biggest meme of maybe MLB century. Like, literally, we're actually just like farming the Mariners right now. We're like, okay, Teo, we're gonna trade you. You go hurt them from the inside, we'll get you back. You know? It's like we're sending over secret agents, and then, like, no. I think if we do make it happen, we're going to need to give up a little bit more, folks. But I think it would just be an incredible story to go out and to get Teoscar Hernandez. And hell, dude, I would also take Ty France. I mean,
of course.
Ty France,
he's
not having. Take a look. I was looking at him in the gym today. Like, he's not having as good of a season as he's had in the past. But we do know that he can be a quality player. And at the end of the day, a .253 batting average and a .324 on base is a hell of a lot better than Kevin Biggio.
A lot of people are a hell of a lot better.
Exactly, right? Like, this is a dude who you can put in, and I think maybe you come up in that moment on Sunday when we need the run, and you don't get the fastball blown past you every single time.
Yeah. I was hoping that he'd be good in the last month. He's actually been worse in his season-long numbers. But he hits lefties.
He hits lefties really. He hits lefties really.
He really
well.
hits lefties, bro. So yeah, I mean, I take him, and then let's take a look at our buddy Teoscar Hernandez, because I know that he has been really underperforming what we're used to. Also, quick shout out for Justice for Matt Gage.
Justice for Matt Gage with the $2 donation, saying at this point Mako is an overpay for Teo.
Oh wow.
Wow, dude. That would be anything less than that, and it's ridiculous. I mean
this isn't Teo like numbers.
No. I mean, Teoscar Hernandez is certainly having a down year, but I also think like the thing that we're missing from this, and you're never going to see this on the page, is just that actual impact that it makes for those guys. It's 100%. The impact that he makes on the clubhouse is different for the Blue Jays than it is for any other team, and maybe that's why we would trade more for him, right? Because from a buying standpoint, the New York Yankees, well, they're just going to look at the numbers, going to say, well, these are the numbers. But from a Blue Jays standpoint, we're going to look at the numbers, we're going to say, okay, these are the numbers. But we also have that additional, like, +3, morale boost, right?
Yeah, we know when I was playing MLB, the show, Road to the Show, every time, like, I've been playing this one other character. He's been, like, he hits behind me all the time, like, for 3 years now in AAA. Whenever he's up, he's got like +4 power, +4 contact. Right. Like he's dominant when I'm on base.
You guys are bros.
We're bros.
It's like
he wants to drive me in.
Exactly, right? And that would be the element here with Teoscar Hernandez.
Yeah.
So there's more than meets the eye with Teo. I do know that he's not having the best season possible. And trust me, folks, we're going to get into all of the options here for these Toronto Blue Jays and just like literally every MLB team as a whole. At the end of the day, I'd probably prefer a Tommy Pham, but Teoscar Hernandez, that would be quite the storyline nonetheless.
It would be. We do have people in the comments saying they don't really want Teo back. That ship has sailed. Maybe you're kind of looking at the numbers. Maybe you just think it's time to move on. Yeah, I mean, you'd probably change that thought once we trade for Teoscar.
I just think seeing him in Blue Jays blue again, like I'd immediately be back. Like I'd be fully back.
I'm loving it.
I'm bought in. You're gonna be good again. I'm sure of it. You get this guy in the Rogers Center again.
Oh yeah.
He's all the way back.
Oh yeah.
151 people watching right now, guys. Can we bump this thing up to 50 likes?
Let's
talk about the next trade that we got going on here. Don't worry, folks. We're going to get back to the Seattle Mariners, and I want to be taking all your questions kind of throughout it, but we do want to just get to this one because I think this was actually the most recent trade that just went down.
Right before that trade.
Right before. Cubs, they acquire Candelario from the Nationals, sources tell The Athletic. Now, the most interesting thing about this for me is not that Candelario's leaving the Nationals or the Nationals are selling, but it's that the Cubs have done an absolute 180. They got hot after the All-Star break, and a team that was really seriously considering selling, Cody Bellinger and Marcus Stroman, they're all the way in now.
Yeah, that's crazy. They just got a game. Well, they lost last night's game. There were 2 games above 500, but they feel like they're in a place now to make a move, and, I'm kind of shocked. And it really does feel like this whole new playoff structure has really bought in a lot of these borderline teams that you would never see buying in. You would never see the Cubs buying in 2 years ago. They would be selling absolutely. But, you look at the Cubs. Another example would be the Angels. Like, they think they got a chance now, and with a little bit of reinforcement, they think they can make it.
It's the rose-colored.
Exactly.
It's the glasses. It's the rose-colored glasses of that 8-2 last 10.
Exactly.
That's what it is, right? And they're thinking, well, if we can just keep doing this for 60 games, of course we'll make it. And I mean, yes, that's true, but it's also very, very difficult to go, with that record in the last 10 consistently, right?
It does look like their differential is there. It's like same with San Diego. It's like, why aren't you winning more games? You know what I mean?
Yeah, that is absolutely true. And I mean, you're looking over at Miami, you're looking over at Milwaukee, right? And I mean, Philadelphia and Arizona, right?
Yeah.
Like, you're effectively better than those guys, but sometimes it just doesn't work out, man. I mean, all the power to you. If one of those guys, if the Cubs do make it in, if the Angels do make it in, then like respect, right? Because you are, you're doing something that I absolutely would not have done. So respect. But I'm still not sold on it just yet.
Yeah. I mean, it was kind of wild when the Jays bought back in 2015. We were literally below 500, 1 game below 500. And that was even before the expanded playoffs. So, I mean, I guess they want to believe. They really want to believe. But if it doesn't work, then you shot your shot and you kind of shot yourself in the foot a little bit.
Yeah.
You didn't get what you wanted.
No, I do agree, dude. So I mean, the Cubs are in now. Candelario's going from the Nationals. It's nice to see that the Nationals are 100% in sell mode because obviously there is a dude over there that Toronto Blue Jays could be potentially interested in. We've talked to him a few times. I mean, the first guy that actually brought him up to us was Blake Murphy.
Yeah,
so shout out to Blake Murphy. Yeah. That was phenomenal that he brought that up, and he's absolutely right. I mean, Mike Rizzo coming out here saying that the Nationals have priced outfielder Lane Thomas on the trade market as an everyday player, which is 100% fair.
Yeah, he is.
Rizzo told the MLB Network radio that teams will need to value him similarly, not as a platoon back for a deal to work. And I don't see any reasonable team approaching the Nationals and saying, "Oh, this is gonna be our bench bat."
Yeah.
Like,
I mean, this guy bats almost 300. You know?
Yeah, what I mean? No, I mean, I think that like any team that does that, if I'm the Nationals, like I'm sorry, I gotta laugh you out of the room because this is clearly you're gonna attempt to screw me over.
Especially when you have the advantage when you're the Nationals, you have this guy under control, so you don't have to sell him. So if you're gonna try and lowball, it's like just get out of here.
Yeah.
Well, don't waste my time because this guy literally, I mean, he's gone down a little bit in the last little bit, but I'm not shocked if it goes back up. He's got a 122 OPS plus, and he's got lots of pop hits for average. This guy's an everyday player, and guess what? He's 27, turning 28 soon, so he's in the prime of his career. It's like I don't almost kind of compare him to Lourdes Gurriel Jr. in a sense because he's got a very strong arm in the outfield. Now, it doesn't have great outs above average, but his arm is super strong, great contact, good OPS.
Right.
Like and the age is very similar. So this is what he kind of reminds me of if you want to grab someone like that.
Yeah, no, I agree with you. I mean, the year that he's putting up right now is very Lourdes Gurriel Jr. similar. The career numbers are not quite as high, but even his career numbers too are like very average for MLB. 753 OPS is solid. So Lane Thomas is absolutely a dude that any team would want to go and acquire, and they are going to need to pay up to get him. Toronto Blue Jays included.
Also, real quick, shout out to the game right now. It is runners on second and third with 2 outs. And the Jays killer, Ryan Mountcastle's at the dish, and he's on a 1-0 count.
Well, okay. Good thing we're not watching this one, then. Maybe we'll see how it all goes down, guys.
Boy.
But, yeah, those Baltimore Orioles are going to be scared. Actually, that's a great transition now that we're talking about Baltimore, dude. Did you see the rumors that came out today about the Orioles?
I think I've got it up here somewhere. Let me start closing
Orioles,
some of these.
The one thing that they need, and they needed it before this season started, they still need it, is that starting pitching depth. And especially a guy who can pitch in the postseason because, I mean, you look at the rotation, not only is it no names, but it's no names that like really do not have any postseason experience at all.
All young guys.
And I could totally see these Orioles, they get to the dance, and then all these guys start cracking under the pressure, and, you know, it's just, it all falls apart. This guy would not crack under the pressure.
No. It's Justin Verlander, folks. If you saw this, John Morosi came out and tweeted saying that the Orioles are one of the teams to watch on Justin Verlander. And obviously, you've talked about it a bunch. I've talked about it a little bit, where the Baltimore Orioles, they have a ton of prospects. Just the most prospects in baseball. Yeah. So, like, if they want to get any trade done that they want to get done, they can get it done. Yeah. You know, it's that easy for them. So, I mean, Justin Verlander this year, since coming back from this injury, let's just refresh ourselves. Are you familiar with what he's been doing?
Like, he's been good, but not incredible.
Yeah, I mean, he's solid. You know, not incredible for a Justin Verlander of, like, Cy Young, but this is someone who I'd trade for.
Absolutely.
You know, this is enough proof for me.
Yeah, and I mean, you know, the name value alone, the fact that he's won a World Series, multiple Cy Young winner, right? This is 100% a guy that you can bring in. He can anchor that staff, and you can play him in game one, and you can take a 1-game lead in a 7-game series, which is so absolutely critical.
Sorry, Jays killer Ryan Mountcastle, 2-run double. It's 2-0. Ryan Mountcastle, bro. I don't know how he keeps doing it. How does he keep doing it?
Yeah, that's actually ridiculous, man. Like, yeah, like
what the hell?
All the Blue Jays are just looking on like we don't understand.
I don't
even think he's been that good this season either.
No,
like I think he's been decent, but like not incredible.
Against the Jays, he's insane.
Like a little off top. Yeah, like come on.
Like, what the hell?
You know, but like against the Toronto Blue Jays, this guy just absolutely mashes, man.
I'm going to find his career numbers against the Jays.
Do it, yeah.
Like, that also was a hanging, like, changeup or something. That was a juice ball, and he just drove it the other way.
Yeah, where do they have it on here against every team?
They do, yeah. So against the Toronto Blue Jays, Buddy is a 981 OPS, 906. 906 average, what, 15 home runs? Yeah, 15 home runs in 45 games.
And that looks, I'm just looking across the league right now. The only other team that's comparable is the Minnesota Twins.
Yeah.
But he
only
doesn't have
12
nearly,
games.
doesn't have nearly as many games against them.
Yeah, like the biggest sample size. You know, we're literally
right there,
fourth,
and he annihilates us.
Oh,
so.
God.
Yeah, it is true, guys. He is absolutely a J killer.
I don't know how.
Don't know what we can say about that one, everybody.
Yeah.
So, Jay's offense, come alive.
Honestly, if we had Jace Killer on the wheel this week, I'd be picking that. If it was from Mountcastle, I'm picking it every time.
You know what? That's a great, you're probably right, dude.
Yeah,
that's actually,
time.
I mean, he's already off to a pretty hot start. So, Toronto Blue Jays sadly down 2 runs right now. But that's okay. Offense is going to come back.
Yeah. Also, real quick, guys, 157 of y'all in here. Welcome to this trade tracker kind of live stream. We're going to be live for a while tonight. So, the trades have kind of quieted down. Nick and I are kind of working ourselves through. If you're just kind of joining us right now, drop a like on the stream. Let's try and get to 69 likes, folks. I know we can. Super close.
Hell yeah.
And then also, guys, hit that subscribe button so you guys can kind of throw your thoughts in the chat as well.
Yeah, and I think we've said it before. Most people have probably heard, but literally all of tomorrow we're going to be live. We absolutely do not expect you guys to be watching along with us the whole time. But please stop in at one point, drop a like, say hello. It would really mean a lot.
Yeah, let's do it.
Let's get to the next trade or rumor or this one, right?
Oh, yeah.
Milwaukee Brewers, they're buying in, which absolutely makes the sense. We are losing out, though, on a bat. And this is a guy who I was kind of interested in for the Toronto Blue Jays standpoint.
Yeah.
Not my top target or anything like that, but I mean a decent dude. Mark Canha going to the Milwaukee Brewers. New York Mets in full sell mode at this point. Justin Verlander very likely could go. Max Scherzer already gone. Now that Mark Canha's gone, you have to imagine that Tommy Pham's probably going to go.
Oh, yeah. He's something we got to look for tonight.
That's the big one for me at this point. Tommy Pham's the big one, baby. But, yeah, Mark Canha was that one other bat that you were kind of looking at on the New York Mets. He's going over to Milwaukee, and it does make the sense.
It's a Milwaukee kind of trade, you know. I don't think he's really owed that much, and he's a middle kind of, late part of the lineup kind of guy. You know, he can just fill it out down there.
He's on base a lot, you know.
He's on base a lot, you know. Yeah, I'll take a Mark Canha on my team to fill out the lineup. But again, not the big guy that I personally want. If we got Mark Canha before Tommy Pham, I'd be like, well, why didn't we shoot higher? You know what I mean? I mean,
yes, I absolutely. Again, I'd still be happy just because at the end of the day, this guy is head and tails better than the last guy on our team, you know?
Yeah.
And it would just make it so that the worst dude on our team is Mark Canha. Well, actually, it'd still be Dalton Varsho, but, you know, like...
Or, like, in terms of, like, that, or...
What's the war on Mark Canha?
Mark Canha 1.5.
Might still be better than Varsho, but
what is Varsho?
What is Varsho's actually?
I'm curious because it's gonna be the defense, bro. The defense,
the defense is gonna
like
carry this series, but still, like the offense are real bad. So we'll have
Dalton
to see.
Varsho.
Be close.
2.
Okay, 2 on Varsho.
The defense is carrying him.
Yeah,
there you go.
But anyways, obviously Tommy Pham still the guy that we're interested in, man. Mariana says, how about getting Mountcastle? That would make sense, wouldn't it? But I don't think that the Baltimore Orioles are really willing to be doing that just yet.
No, they got that guy for a few more years, and I mean, if you can't beat him, like, ask him to join you. I guess.
That would be that's the mentality, but they're a little bit too good at this point. But you want to take a quick look at Tommy Pham, actually,
Let's do it.
Start going down that rabbit hole a little bit of what that would look like. I'm already seeing people in the chat saying, like, would Biggio be involved in a trade? Could Varsho be involved in this trade? We're gonna get to all of that, guys, but let's take a look at Tommy Pham.
Right, yeah, Tommy Pham. We kind of reviewed him yesterday, but again, you gotta, this is the target for me tonight. Like, if we're gonna make a move, this is the man. 268 batting average, OPS of 820. Like, literally an OPS of 820. Now you're like a top 3-4 hitter on the Blue Jays. Yeah. Like that's how, like, our OPS is so low this year that you'd make an immediate impact. You're not just a bench bat. You're playing every day.
No.
Every day.
And not only that, right? Like, if you look at his just everything, it's pretty complete. You know, he's got 10 home runs on the year, which isn't great, but he's also only played in 231 ABs.
Right.
He's got 11 stolen bags to go along with that. That's a 35-year-old man stealing 11 bases. So you know,
really
like,
good.
that's actually okay.
Yeah.
He's scoring runs. He's getting ribbies. His on base is almost 100 points higher than his batting average.
Yep,
That's nice. So he's working the count. His
Yep.
slugging is there. Everything across the board is like, I want you on our team.
Just a solid player. And like we said before, if you guys watched the short that we cut from the stream yesterday, guy can hit lefties. You know what I mean? Like, that's the whole narrative. So Tommy Pham, he's going to cost cheaper than some other bigger names out there. Like, obviously, Cody Bellinger isn't on the board anymore.
Right.
Juan Soto might be on the board. Like, he's going to be a nice, like, medium buy. Do you think you could package Biggio in that kind of deal? Because some people are kind of talking about it, and I was thinking about it earlier. Like, could we actually put Biggio in the trade? Because Mets are looking for some guys with some longevity. Biggio wouldn't be a bad option. What do you think?
Here's what we're gonna do. Can we go back to the Mark Canha trade?
Mark Canha trade.
Yeah.
I think I closed it.
Okay, well, let's say, what did they give up for Mark Canha? Because if we can know what they gave up for Mark Canha, then we can kind of get the evaluation a little bit as to, like, well, maybe what the Mets are valuing Tommy Pham as, and then we can kind of, like, work backwards.
Right-hander Justin Jarvis, who's a double A. Okay.
Back to the Mets. So who the hell is Justin Jarvis? Is he like where is he in the prospect system?
And what system? The Brewers, right?
Brewers, yeah.
Let's look at Milwaukee Brewers.
We're doing the deep dive here, everybody. This is going to tell you exactly how much the Toronto Blue Jays need to be giving up for Tommy Pham.
What's
whether
his name
or not
again?
Justin Jarvis.
Justin Jarvis.
I'm looking for Jarvis.
Wow, just a minor leaguer. It looks like, not even a prospect. Really?
So yeah, take a look right here. See if he's Justin Jarvis.
Okay. He's a 23-year-old right-handed starting pitcher.
Minor league.
Ooh.
Horrible.
He has not been that good, folks.
No,
he's not been that good.
And Mark Canha, can we take a look at his contract really quickly? Was this like maybe this is because is the Mets eating some stuff here, or
right.
what's going on? You know,
I did see something about them eating a contract. So yeah, 2 years, $26.5 million. He has a club option next year. And let's see here.
Interesting.
I did see somewhere that they were going to eat some part of the contract.
Of Mark Canha.
Mets are paying about $3.5 million for this year for Canha, and the Brewers are on the hook for $11.5 club option or $2 million buyout. So Brewers are going to pay a little bit more, so they're going to give a little bit less in the prospect. So that makes a little bit more sense.
Yeah.
Right?
But when you think about it, I mean, they're still getting a $3.5 million discount.
Mm-hmm.
It's a club option.
Yeah.
And
so you can't deny it, but you still have to pay $2 million. So you're paying about even-ish.
And you're effectively giving up nothing to get a bat.
To get a bat.
To get a bat.
Yeah.
Now, Tommy Pham is about 100 OPS points better than Mark Canha.
Yeah.
But Justin Jarvis is nothing.
Yeah, he's nothing.
Justin Jarvis is nothing. And I think the good thing about the Toronto Blue Jays is we might be okay to actually pay. Mm-hmm. So if Mets are trying to just offload money, then we would be okay to pay. Yeah. And we don't need to be doing any of these discounts. I'm thinking like maybe a mid prospect here could get this thing done.
Yeah, literally like a 15, 20, maybe just a minor leaguer.
Yeah, like just based on that, like maybe again, like they're two different players. But it's looking to me like that was pretty cheap. Yeah. And I mean, Tommy, like if the Mets are just offloading, you give up the 15th ranked prospect, that could very easily get it done.
Easily get it done. Honestly, I'm starting to think that Cavan Biggio is a bit of an overpay at this point.
Do you think that
you would send a minor leaguer?
Would you rather give up Cavan Biggio or our 15th ranked prospect?
15th ranked prospect.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, like Cavan Biggio is not good in the major league level, but I think I'd want to send him for someone. I don't even know. I don't know if I send him for a Tommy Pham though. You know what I mean?
Biggio, yeah.
I wouldn't do a 1-for-1.
I would.
Because here's the thing: Cavan Biggio has options. You can just put him in the minor leagues. You know what I mean?
You could, yeah. But I guess.
But here's the thing: they love Cavan Biggio on the Toronto Blue Jays.
They do really love Biggio.
That's the thing. Like you also got, you're talking about morale points.
Hold up, guys. Hold up. We fucked up. Check
Jarvis
the Mets
is 13?
list. Check. Yeah. He's on the Mets. Wow, they're quick
that
with
was
it.
fast.
They're quick with it. Holy crap. They're quick with that, dude.
We gotta change. Thank you. We gotta change every.
Yeah,
whole analysis.
I was gonna say like that seemed ridiculously like a steal. I was like, what the hell? But okay, that makes more sense. That makes a bit more sense.
Oh yeah,
actually.
there it is. Yeah.
But still. 13
Okay.
actually isn't that bad.
So we would have to pay up a little bit more.
Bichette.
So yeah, Bichette would cost it. Now I'm actually I'm changing it a little bit.
I mean, you'd give up. Come on. I mean, you give up Bichette for an 820 OPS.
Here's the thing. If you think about the long term, right? You give up Bichette, you bring in Tommy Pham just for this season. Now that roster spot is empty.
Mm-hmm.
Now you could maybe bring up somebody else next year, like a Barsher or Elvis Martinez. Like, you could try one of them.
Sure.
Try them.
Yeah, and I mean, even if they didn't want Kevin Biggio, let's say, because, you know, they probably see the writing on the wall and realize it's a lost cause, but even if they didn't want him necessarily, do you think our 7th ranked prospect would get it done? If this is the 13th and he got it done for Mark Canha? Could we do a similar deal like we did for Jordan Hicks? Because if that's the case, then I think I would still do it.
Oh, yeah. I feel like, and we talked about it yesterday, I feel like Jordan Hicks' value and a Tommy Pham are pretty similar. You know, 1-year rentals that do their job. You know, they're not going to be the guy, but they're going to be a good middle-of-the-pack kind of guy.
Alan Roden.
Sure.
Alan Roden.
Bye, Alan. I don't even know.
He's 23 years old. He's 2024. He's an outfielder, so you fill up that outfield spot for the Mets. Alan Roden. Go. Done. Do that. Give me Tommy Pham. I mean, if we can get through this trade deadline by acquiring, you know, actual dudes who can play right now on these 1-year rentals without giving up any of our top 5 prospects, I'm here for it, man.
Yeah, because, like, we've talked about it for time and time. Ricky, don't want to touch. I don't even really want to touch Barriera either. Like, we can't just keep sending away our number 1 overall pick.
Eventually.
Or number 1 first-round pick.
Eventually, you know, something's going to need to give. Like, either the team's going to fall apart in a few years or these guys are going to need to come up and play for us. So I do tend to agree with you. And right now, it just feels like for these guys, there's nobody that I'd be okay with sending our top 5 prospect for.
Yeah, not who's on the board right now.
For me, it would have to be one of the San Diego Padres guys.
Yeah, like Soto.
Or Snell. Because, I mean, like, if you can
I'd probably consider sending Barry after Snell.
If you can get the Cy Young winner,
I'd send Barry
you have to do that, I think.
Yeah.
But other than one of the, or Hader too, like one of those Padres guys, it really does feel like now that Bellinger and now that Marcus Stroman are off the board, we're going to be playing at the small ball approach, you know, like little buys here, little buys there. Give me the 1 year, give me the, you know, give me this, give me that. Something like that would be good.
Do you think that there's a realistic chance that the Blue Jays, and I just thought of this right now because we're talking about big names on the board, and the only really big name that could be in the wheelhouse, because I don't think we're gonna get Juan Soto. I mean, Juan Soto's gonna cost way too much. Do you think that like maybe a Justin Verlander is an option for us this trade deadline, or like even like a chance that we're even calling about him?
I'm skeptical now that. I'm starting to get more skeptical now that we're doing this whole 6-man rotation thing, and it feels like the team as a whole is pretty bought in to the fact that these are going to be our 6 pitchers. Excuse me. These are going to be our guys, right? Yeah. So I'm starting to become more skeptical with that. I mean, Justin Verlander is a special talent, though, right? He is a special guy, and when you hear that the Jays were talking to the Cardinals a little bit more, a little bit deeper, and then Jordan Montgomery leaves right after that, it does make you think, well, were they talking about Jordan Montgomery? And if they were talking about Jordan Montgomery, why aren't they also talking about Justin Verlander? So I definitely can't rule it out. It's just at this current moment, with the rumors coming out that right-handed bat's the top priority, that's what we're going with. It feels like the priorities have shifted in the last few days, and that's what we're doing. But again, cannot rule anything out.
Cannot rule it, but yeah, you're right. I mean, Tommy Pham is much more likely, you know, than a Justin Verlander. But, you know, there is, like, still Michael Lorenzen that's available. Yeah. You know, the Detroit Tigers, actually, I want to talk about that real quick.
Yeah, let's cycle over to the Detroit Tigers, man. Yeah, apparently they are in full sell mode.
Yeah, the Bob Nightingale came out today around noon saying the Tigers are definitely trading starters Eduardo Rodriguez and Michael Lorenzen. It's simply a case of seeing which team blinks first with the higher price tag. So, yeah, I mean, Michael Lorenzen's having a crazy July month.
Yeah, very good second half.
And Eduardo Rodriguez come back from injuries, had an incredible first half, so they're both going to be very, very valuable.
Yeah.
I think Lorenzen almost outpriced himself, because at the time, before the All-Star break, he was like a low 400 or 4 ERA, excuse me, and like you could sneakily buy him, but now he's starting to become one of the better pitchers. And now I feel like he's getting outpriced for the Toronto Blue Jays because like we probably have a budget for starting pitchers. Like once they cost more than this, we're done. Right. You know what I mean? Because it's just not the need right now.
Yeah, it's definitely possible. I mean, again, if we were on the phone with, do you think that Lorenzen would cost more than Montgomery?
No, probably similar, but probably a little bit less if I had to compare them. Because let's take a look. Let's take a look at how he's doing so far this year.
I definitely know that the season numbers are going down because of the good second half.
So
look pretty good.
Looking really good. Similar, but I'd still say that. Hey, here's the thing. You know, you got Jordan Montgomery right away. If Lorenzen's one of the last guys left, him and Erod, you know, the Tigers kind of control the market. So just based on a demand standpoint, and currently, I think if I have it here. I think there was 8 teams that were interested. 8 teams? Where is it here? A lot
of teams, actually.
Yeah, I don't have it out here. I didn't get it. But earlier today, I think it was Bob Nightingale who also said 8 teams have reportedly called and asked about Michael Lorenzen.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
I mean, again, like, he's having a phenomenal second half. This is the time that you want to see these pitchers start to peak. And probably they're thinking the same thing, where it's like, well, you know, he was doing pretty good. We're maybe seeing something that the Detroit Tigers aren't. Let's take it for a ride. And Detroit's saying, hell no, we're getting 7 more phone calls right now. We're going to wait and see who wants to blink first.
Yeah.
Rodriguez, on the other hand, I haven't actually double-checked, but I'm pretty confident that he has been decently good since returning from injury. And that first half, like, he was well on his way to, you know, some Cy Young votes before sadly going down with, like, a long-term injury. I mean,
just phenomenal year.
Still great, but take a look at the most recent outings. I know like the first 1 or 2 were kind of rough, and which is to be expected.
Right.
But how are we doing since then?
We are doing So these are the last 4 outings.
Yeah.
He's getting roughed up. He's getting roughed up.
A little roughed up. I mean, the FIP is really good.
Yeah.
The ERA is not what you want to see.
5.66.
I still think he's definitely a tradable. Again, the FIP actually makes me feel a lot better about it.
Yeah.
Just because it's like, okay, so he's probably pitching pretty well.
Yeah.
Getting a little bit unlucky. You know, it's also too like we are coming back from injury. You got to think like. That doesn't go away after a month. So.
Yeah, and that slash line really doesn't look that scary. Like it looks like probably running some bad luck right here. So I'd still buy in on them if I needed them. I'd
absolutely buy in on them too. And I mean, you got to imagine if you were a buying team, then you're going to use that argument as to, hey, he is kind of struggling a little bit. Maybe we can buy him a little bit cheaper than we intended. So
also, real quick, shout out to Hot Take Hockey, absolute legend. What's up, my man? How you doing?
Welcome in. Welcome in. MLB trade deadline season is in full swing. We're gonna be taking one out of your book, going live for 8 hours tomorrow, man. Hit us with some tips in the DMs, you know.
Oh man, it's gonna be interesting.
Also, shout out to Mitchell Hopkins saying we hit the 69 like mark. Let's freaking go, everybody. Quick game break for y'all. Jays still down 2-0 right now.
Yep.
Also, I mean, they are rocking the Reds, so we knew that this was going to happen.
Why do they do that? Why do they do that other than Canada Day? Why?
Man, they want to lose.
Like, I got it. Someone please find a stat. I don't know how you do it. Like, someone find a stat on our record when we wear red jerseys.
Yeah.
It's not good.
No, it's definitely not pretty, man. So I don't know what the hell they're thinking. And yeah, it should be a Canada Day exclusive, right?
Yeah.
Or like something to do with Canada pride or something, right? Like
something. I mean,
I don't know
it's
what
July
the hell
31st. Like, what is today?
Nothing.
It's
not anything day. Unless I am ignorant about something. So
Hot Take Hockey is saying take a shot every time the Jays make a trade. Well, it might only be one.
Well, that's okay, you know.
Yeah, you know, for sure. Imagine just take a shot every time someone makes a trade.
Yeah,
God.
Can't be doing that, man.
We would be
tapped out by 2 o'clock in the afternoon.
Yeah, for sure.
Let's see what else is going on in the trade world. Keeping it up with everything.
Oh yeah, this was another trade that happened around 5:30. Again, talking about the Seattle Mariners. We knew we'd be coming back to this, folks. Paul Sewald, their closer, is going to the Diamondbacks, and the Diamondbacks needed some reinforcements because they've lost. And if I think the tweet is correct, I just want to like double check here. They've lost, 11 out of their last 14 games. and a lot of it had to do with blowing leads late. So they were in desperate need of a late inning closer, and they got their guy. Paul Sewell's going over there with big leaguers Josh Rojas and Dominic Canzone, as well as minor league infielder Ryan Bliss heading back to the Mariners. That's a haul. You're getting a lot of guys, just like pure bodies.
Yeah,
you know,
I think the Diamondbacks are like, wait a second. We haven't been here in a long time.
Yeah.
We're not about to let this slip out of our fingers right now. We are right on the cusp of finally making it to the postseason. Oh my God. Please, for the love of God.
Oh, sorry, we just got Kirky throwing out Mateo. Let's go at third base.
Wow,
Let's go.
That's a tough out.
I know.
Right there.
I just saw Mateo steal second, and then he steals third and gets thrown out. Like, what are you doing?
Wow.
What are you doing?
Well, he's Mateo. He's trying to catch up to Acuna with 50 steals on the season.
For real.
But yeah, I mean, good trade from the Arizona Diamondbacks. Paul Sewell, again, a name that would have been nice for the Jays, but after we went for Aaron Hicks, he was definitely not going to be on our radar.
No, we're off the bullpen train right
probably
now.
Off the bullpen. Like, unless it literally is Josh Hader, there's really no reason to be doing it, you know?
And even if you get Josh Hader, it's like, now you're, like, starting to, like, flirt with who do we get rid of? You know, who do we actually get rid of now in that bullpen?
Yeah, that's the thing, right? Like, you're going to cut somebody that you might not want to do.
Like, you really can't cut anybody. I'm just thinking about it. Like, we're going to cut, like, Jimmy Garcia?
Probably.
You know, that's probably what it'd have to be.
Probably what it'd have to be, but
I mean, I'd still do it if it was Josh
Of course,
Hader.
I'd still do it. Yeah, it's like, you know, that's like the upgrade of upgrades. Right?
Literally.
So yeah, I would still do it, but no, I think the Jays are probably going to be off the bullpen ride for a little while. Everybody, it's definitely going to be more batter friendly and more pitching or starting pitching. Let's take a minor break to honestly just like let's go through like all of the options right now.
Okay.
For bats, right?
I'm
because
down.
that's what people are talking about, right? They're talking about the bats and everything like that. And we already talked about Tommy Pham. That's reasonable. We talked about Hernandez. Is there anyone else that's like reasonable for these Jays to go after?
Good question. I mean, there's Lane Thomas. I mean, but but he's going to be kind of costing a little bit, you know. So
yo, what about
I don't know if we get him though.
What about Jonathan India?
Jonathan India, is he still like? Why would the Reds be trying to trade him? Like, I don't understand.
I don't know.
Like for me, because here's the thing. For me, it's like you don't need to trade him because you're in a playoff contending spot. Like you're literally in first.
They want to move him for like I think they wanted to move him for pitchers. Or like young pitchers or something like that, you know?
Yeah, I guess it's a retool kind of move, like the Guardians have been kind of doing so far.
It does seem strange for sure because he's definitely not having the best season ever.
No,
but he's still like I think his OPS is still like 760, 770.
Yeah, and he's young.
It's like still having a good year. Like he's definitely contributing, you know. And he would come into the Jays, be great for us, right? It is strange that they are flirting with that idea.
Yeah.
I guess it's just like it's the first time in a while that they've been in a freaking playoff spot, so they're like, we don't know what to do. We're right now.
We usually sell. But, I just don't think it's probably gonna happen. I mean, they are looking for middle infielders, but like, I mean, honestly, Jonathan India would be the guy.
I know, right?
But like,
you start thinking about it because it's like, hey, wait a second, like. This would be our middle infielder for the future now. This is our second baseman, right? Like, we get our guy.
He's a new Kevin Biggio.
He's a new Kevin Biggio that's actually, like, good at baseball. You know? It's like, you get him for, like, 3-4 more years, and you're like, okay, like, this is serious now. It's not impossible, dude. Like, if they do go, like, absolutely, like, crazy insane mode, and they want to ship off, like, Jonathan India... If you're the Jays, like, I say you get on the phone and you make the call, right?
I mean, yeah, but he definitely is going to cost, like, a decent amount. Like,
that's probably a top 5 well, actually, that's the thing. Do they even want a top 5 prospect? Or do they want a player that's going to help them right now?
If they want a pitcher, right? Like, who do you send them? Like, Ryu?
Right. You know? Maybe what they're trying to do, then, is they're trying to trade India to a team, you know, like, I don't know, like the Detroit Tigers or something like that, and get back, you know, like Eduardo Rodriguez or somebody with control at the pitching position who's having a really good thing, and then
that might be a great trade for them.
That might make sense, right? Because then the Tigers are like, well, we still need young guys. We still need a guy like India. This
would
be
make
great.
a lot of sense, actually, especially putting pressure on Javi Baez, you know?
Right.
Just
Actually, literally, dude. Like, I mean, I should run this goddamn thing.
Yeah, for the Jays, though, it doesn't make sense to trade with contenders because, we need to keep all the guys that we possibly can.
That's the thing, yeah. I don't really... The only major league rosterable dudes who are going to leave the Toronto Blue Jays, in my opinion, this current moment, have got to be Biggio and it's got to be Espinal.
Yeah, I agree. Also, Mitchell Hopkins saying, put Tom Murphy on the list. He is on a one-year deal, and the Mariners seem to not care who they trade away. Who is Tom Murphy?
Tom Murphy.
That name is so familiar to me, but
yeah,
is he like a breakout? Oh my god, he's been around for a minute. Catcher.
I thought he was a catcher, but like, I don't see us needing.
Wow, 280. Wow, yeah, we don't need a catcher, but dang, like that would make sense to trade actually. All right, well, let's put him on. I mean, if he's on a one-year deal, that's a perfect guy to trade.
Yeah, actually, what the hell? Oh, one sec here.
Oh god. Also, it's gonna play the music every time I do it, guys. So.
He's the Mariners' backup catcher. Oh wow, yeah, he's like really good at baseball for a backup catcher.
Wow, that's really good.
Having like I mean, the thing is too is like he's having a really good 123.
Yeah, exactly,
right?
Exactly.
Granted, I mean the career numbers are actually pretty good too. Like what the hell? Why is he their backup?
He's 32 years old. He's only had 889 at-bats, and that's pretty good. Yeah, I guess he just doesn't command a staff well or something.
I don't know. Weird one there. Weird one there for sure. But he could absolutely be on the move for sure. But, yeah.
Ben saying the reason the Reds want to trade India is because they have too many infielders in their system. I guess that makes sense. But, like, here's the thing. Like, so do the Jays. Like, we also have a ton of middle infielders. Like, you got Barger. You've got Arelis Martinez. You got Otto Lopez. You got Jimenez as well. Like, and then that's just the minor leagues. And then you go to the major leagues. You got Biggio. You got, Espinal, Merrifield.
Yeah.
You know, like, obviously Bo Bichette, but, like, those are
at one point or another, you need to, like, actually try some of these dudes out.
Yeah.
Right? Like,
or trade them.
Or trade them.
You know what I mean?
Right? Yeah,
don't want to let their value diminish.
There's going to be, I wouldn't be shocked if next season, folks, the starting second baseman is somebody who's not on the team right now. Yeah,
because I feel like we've tried out the Espinal, we've tried out the Biggio, and they've had their moments in the last 4 years, Espinal more recent than not, and then Biggio before. We got a little bit of something going on here.
A little bit of something going on right now, everybody. Ken Rosenthal and Bob Nightingale both back to back like that, trying to piggyback on each other. More Justin Verlander information, folks.
Ew, here we go.
The Mets are engaged in trade discussions with the Dodgers and the Astros about Cy Young winner Justin Verlander. Verlander's contract certainly is a big hurdle in discussions. He's currently being paid $43.3 million this year and $43.3 million next year.
That's nuts.
With a $35 million vesting option. Okay, so that's the biggest problem.
Yeah.
That's the biggest problem.
You're asking a lot from people to trade him right now.
I don't see. So when I was making a video on the New York Mets, there was several MLB executives that came in were talking about Verlander. They were talking about Max Scherzer too. But they were talking about these contracts, and they were saying, if the Mets want to get back anything for Justin Verlander, they almost need to absorb all of that money.
Yeah.
Because
literally.
That's just...
That's too much.
That's too much.
Yeah.
$43 million, for this guy.
Here's the thing, like, if you go to free agency, it's like, most teams would never pay him $43 million.
Right.
Most teams won't be able to afford that. That's too much for their payroll. So, yeah, you're right. Like, they got to absorb a lot of it. I mean, you're the Mets. You probably can, and you're planning on to anyway, so absorb it, but then get some prospects. So this is the problem that the Mets kind of shot themselves in the foot. They had to win this year.
Well,
they had to.
I don't even think they're going to do that, man. I think what's going to happen here is that it's probably going to be like, it's going to be something like a Mark Canha deal, where they get like just someone back, who can, I guess, go into the prospect system, but he's not a major prospect, and they absorb like 2/3 of the contract.
Sucks.
Or they absorb like 2/3 of the contract and they just save some money.
Also, we did just get a trade happening right now from Jeff Passan.
Oh.
Jeff Passan.
Hell yeah, guys. Who's moving?
Who's moving, guys? Who's moving? It's no one really big. Cincinnati Reds. They are in the trade mix now. They're acquiring left-hander reliever Sam Maul from the Oakland A's for right-hander Joe Boyle. Sources tell ESPN.
Who the fuck?
I don't know. Let's take a look.
Insane trades coming soon.
Sam Moll.
Sam Moll, guys, you never saw this one coming.
Oh God, this is horrible. Oh, what did I expect? It's Oakland Athletics. Like, what the hell?
Oh my God!
Wow! They just got a 4.5 ERA with a WHIP of 1.4.
This changes the game.
Oh wow, this is horrible. The FIP's good. That's okay. The walks per 9 is not that good.
What? How? Why?
Yeah, strikeouts
Okay.
per walk's not good.
Cincinnati Reds trade for a player. That's what this should be. That's what the headline should read.
They trade for a player, and I don't know who they gave up. Joe Boyle.
That literally sounds like a computer-generated player. Joe Boyle. He's
Now
not even in the system.
Not even a system. He's got to be a minor league of some sort.
Joe Boyle in a blockbuster move with Sam Moll.
Oh boy.
23-year-old stud.
Oh, you know,
Actually okay.
The whip's kind of high, but you know, you got time to figure it out. Boyle. ERA's pretty nice. Okay.
Dude, Reds really just don't know how to trade, man. Like,
no.
And you're like, should we sell India? Like,
let's buy Boyle. Let's buy Moll.
Yeah.
This guy looks good. Yeah, he's so much potential at 31.
31-year-old Oakland Athletic. Yeah.
All right.
Okay, big blockbuster there, everybody. Yeah, Jeff Passan first to tweet it, man. Cincinnati Reds, like, in the driver's seat now.
I mean, I guess you can technically say now that they're gonna buy.
Yeah, well, they're gonna buy. They're definitely gonna buy. They are gonna be buyers. So I mean, shout out to the Reds. You know what? They're doing a thing this year, and it's nice to see, man. Like, they've been like really bad for a really long time, so it is interesting to see that they are like actually good at kind of baseball at this time.
Yeah, good for them.
So good for them.
Also, guys, on this list, you can't really see because of the box, but I'll move them over. Like, we still got a lot of teams that we have no idea what they're doing. For me, the biggest one here is the New York Yankees. What are they going to do? This is a position they haven't been in for quite a long time.
I know, man. It's a strange spot to be because when you look at those standings, it's just tough to see a way in. But, you know, also one thing, and this kind of sucks, with the Angels going in and buying, it makes me think that the Yankees are going to do the same. Because the Angels are in the exact same spot as the New York Yankees, even
That's
worse,
true.
right?
Yeah.
You know, so if I'm the Yankees, I'm like, well, if they're doing it, like, we got to do it too, you know?
Who are they going to buy? Like, they're starting to run out of options. Like, I guess you got to get some bats. Like, I'd be in on Tommy Pham if I was them. I'd be in on Tommy Pham. I'd be on anybody who is a bat.
Pretty much, yeah. I'd be in on literally anybody who's anybody.
Yeah.
But the New York Yankees, I mean, I just feel like you gotta see the writing on the wall here with your team.
Mm-hmm.
There is a lot of holes there, right? Garrett Cole is having a crazy year, probably gonna win Cy Young. Aaron Judge being back, that's phenomenal. But it just feels like the rest of the squad is very mediocre, if that. Right. So how are you gonna turn this team around?
Like,
you know?
they just got Aaron Judge back, like, but Aaron Judge, I mean, he does have an impact on that team, but like, I don't think he alone can really change the team. You know what I mean? Like, they're still so injured in their rotation. Like, they need more help, and that bullpen needs help. Like,
yeah, and Carlos Rodon is back now, but he's taken a while to get himself going, right? He has not started out hot. I didn't expect him to, because I mean, like, when you come into when you come into the season in August, it's like pretty damn hard to like get good at baseball.
Yeah, literally.
Yeah,
wow.
I mean, like,
just not. Yeah,
hasn't been good yet. He's gonna turn it around eventually, but like this year, it might not be.
Oh, also, real quick update: it is now 3-0 off of a Gunnar Henderson home run, and now Santander hits a no-out double. Now Baltimore's got another one in scoring position.
Baltimore Orioles are so good at baseball.
Wow, yeah,
they're
going to win this one.
I don't want to deal with them.
We're gonna have to. We're gonna have to at some point.
Like, for me, you know, a little bit off the trade talk right now, but for me as a Toronto Blue Jays fan, I don't want to deal with Baltimore, and I don't want to deal with Texas. Those are like my two right now that I'm really looking at, and I'm like, I don't want to handle you.
Yeah, I feel like we can handle the Rays.
I'd
They're beaten up right now.
rather have the Rays. I'd obviously rather have whoever wins the Central.
Yeah.
I'd even rather have the Astros, believe it or not.
I actually would rather, yeah, me too. Because
But-
we actually have beaten them. Oh,
Yeah.
and that one's drilled. Okay, no, that one's going to be caught by Bichette.
But like, I feel like for like whatever reason, Baltimore is just like on another level this year.
Yeah.
And the way that the Texas Rangers have been hitting and playing, and I mean, I made a video about them today or yesterday, just breaking them down. Looking at those Baltimore Orioles and like they're now that they've traded for Max Scherzer and Jordan Montgomery, the worst pitcher in that Texas Rangers rotation is going to be Max Scherzer.
Yeah.
Which is like, excuse me? Like,
Yeah.
what? You know, like that's actually insane, right? And that's without Jacob deGrom on their freaking team, you know? So
poor Jacob deGrom. I'm not even counting him as a just total sidebar.
Yeah.
He's like toast.
It really does suck for him, man. I'm sure he can cry over all his money.
Yeah, literally.
So,
Dude, this guy robbed the Rangers.
He'll be back eventually, and I'm sure like whenever he's on the field, he is exceptional at baseball. It's just extremely difficult for this guy to stay on the field, which sucks for everybody because he is so damn good at baseball when he is there. But when you're looking at this American League division or conference, whatever, those are the two teams. I don't want to deal with them. Face off against each other. I'm sure that one of you are going to make it in the ALES, and it'll have to happen eventually, but not before then.
Also, real quick, Mountcastle with another RBI, sac fly, and Santander is going to score.
4-0, Baltimore over the Toronto Blue Jays, everybody.
Wow, Bassett getting dummied right now, man.
It's Baltimore,
dude. Baltimore.
It's like, again, this is why I don't want to deal with them, you know? Like, they're making it look easy out here. They're making it look easy. And who's their pitcher? I don't know, but he's winning.
Oh, Kyle Gibson. But still,
apparently,
Kyle Gibson.
Yeah, well, like, getting us, so. Yeah.
Also, a lot of people in the chat right now, as we're chopping on back on the trade talk, a lot of people saying that the Jays need some bats, and yes, so for those who are just tuning in, like, that is what we're looking for right now. And I threw it out there, you know, available bats right now that we could realistically get are Hernandez, France, Pham. You know, you'd have to pay up, but it'd be Thomas, right? Those are some bats that are out there that I think that we have a shot at.
Is there any like kind of hitter right now that is kind of flying under the radar that nobody's talking about? I mean, Pham's definitely getting a lot of media coverage.
It's tough to say.
France is getting, and Teoscar's getting a lot of media coverage.
Yeah.
But like, you know, is there anyone on Kansas City? Is there anyone on Detroit? Like, are there any names out there that we're missing right now that would be, you know, maybe not the guy that we want, but the guy that comes?
Honestly, like, I would have said Randall Grichuk, but, you know, the Angels actually, we haven't even talked about that. That happened after the Hicks trade.
Yeah.
Randall Grichuk and C.J. Crone going to the Angels.
That's a big move. That's a big move, man, because both of those guys, you know, they can play ball. They can play ball.
Yeah.
And they're going to fit into that lineup. And you saw, right, I mean, obviously everybody saw Matt Chapman directly after Ohtani hit the home run, being like, this is the only guy that can hit on this team.
And guess what? We intentionally walked him like four times in that series, if not more, if I'm not mistaken, at least two in back-to-back days. And it worked. Yeah. And it worked. We silenced them.
But now, you know, if they go out and they get, well, if they did go out and they get Grichuk, they get C.J. Crone, and if Mike Trout comes back, then Ohtani's not the only guy that can hit on that team, and it starts to look a little bit thicker, right?
Bro, and they've been waiting, too, for, like, you know, to get another Brandon Drury. He's injured right now. Gio Urshela's injured right now. Like, they still have... That's what's crazy to me, bro. They have so many corner, like, players, like, corner infielders. Like, you have Brandon Drury, but he can play up the middle a little bit, too. He can play third. Brandon Drury. You got Gio Urshela. Now you had Mike Moustakas, Eduardo Escobar. Now you have C.J. Crone. Like, they're just stacking their team. They don't care.
Yeah.
They don't care.
No, I mean, I do understand why they're, like, why they've gone and they've done what they've done. I wonder if there's enough time left.
Right.
You know,
I'm not buying in. I'm not buying in.
It's just tough, right? Because, like, I don't think we're going to stop. Oh, we got
another trade here, guys. The Cubs are at it again.
Another blockbuster!
Wait, I'm going to get that sound effect. Here we go. Another one coming to you live from Blue Jays. Today we have traded, this is from the Kansas City Royals, we have traded right-handed pitcher Jose Quas to the Chicago Cubs in exchange for outfielder Nelson Velasquez. Velasquez on the 40-man rosters will be optioned to Omaha AAA. Okay.
Oh my God.
Big one.
Oh my God.
Still selling are those Royals. They're selling anything and everyone. Have we looked at this guy before? Oh, we drafted by the Blue Jays in the 40th round. Holy crap.
Whoa, holy moly, mother of God.
So he's a 29-year-old, and he is not that good.
Whoa, 1.6 whip.
Yeah, dude, this is like, I'm so glad we're not in this position anymore. Because, like,
Yeah.
where we would trade for players like this and be like, let's turn him around.
Well, I don't like what the Cubs are doing, man. Like,
Mm-mm.
again, I can't say a whole lot because the Jays did it in 2015 and it worked.
Yeah.
Right? You know, and maybe that's what happens here. I don't know. But it really is hard to believe from an outside, unbiased perspective that this is going to be the thing and that Jose Quas or whatever you say this guy's name, this 1.6 whip is going to come in and change the culture in Chicago, you know?
You got to imagine maybe the pitching coach likes him or something, but yeah, not a real expected to be an impact guy right there. And then Nelson Velasquez, I guess because he said he's been optioned, maybe he was playing for them.
I mean, I guess
he was.
Oh, 29 that fast.
Oh, yeah, I was going to say, whoa.
24-year-old, 933 OPS for
Jose Quas. Yeah, that's kind of questionable, but no, he's...
nothing.
Nothing. Yeah, no, not a big sample size at all. All right, well, that's the latest trade there, folks. Interesting moves. Cubs are trying something.
Yeah.
I mean, again, they do remind me a lot of what the Angels are doing right now. They're trying. They've got momentum. Here's what's crazy though. Here's what I think is going to happen to the Cubs. You know, the Angels came in hot into Toronto and then they lost. You know, they almost got swept too. If they got swept, that'd even be of a bigger statement. Yeah. But you know, I think that someone's going to slow them down. They're going to face some strong opponents. They're going to slow down and then they're going to fall off.
It's really tough to look at the teams ahead, right? Because I don't think that Houston's going to slow down, right? I think that if anything, Houston's probably going to pick up. Tampa Bay, I could see slowing down. Yeah. It's just hard to imagine that with the lead that they have, with a 4-game lead, that they're going to dip out of the wild card race, and that the Angels, for instance, who are 10 games back from them, would be able to catch them, right? So the Tampa Bay Rays, they put themselves in a good spot where even if they slow down, they still have the wiggle room, and then that just leaves us. And I guess I'm biased, but I don't think that we're going to slow down either.
No, because we're going to buy. You know what I mean?
We're going to buy, and, you know, we've been relatively good in the last little bit, right? So with all that being considered, it just means that the Angels would just need to be that much better. Like, you have to think, if you're the LA Angels, if you don't have a week where you're going 7-3 or 8-2, you're probably not making it, right?
No,
you effectively need to be going 7-3 and 8-2 for the remainder of the season to get yourself back there. And that's just like really tough, man.
Absolutely. And you're saying about the Rays, like, I think they're gonna slow down, but I also think they might pick it back up because they also, I don't think we even got to this yet. They also made a move earlier today.
Civale, right?
Civale, Civale. I don't have it up here, but Civale was traded over.
Civale goes to the Rays, imminently about to become a Cy Young caliber pitcher with 1.5 pitches.
Literally.
That's exactly how it happens, folks.
And like Aaron Civale, like he was a guy that I've always looked over there, and he was always touted like really highly, like really talented guy. Just never really clicked in the 377 career era. I mean, like, that's still pretty good.
Yeah.
But, like, this season, he's been doing really good. He's going to be even better.
Yeah.
You can imagine.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, this is a good buy for Tampa Bay. This is a really nice buy for sure. And it's one of those dudes who you already know they're going to see something in him. They're going to turn him into just incredible.
You know what? I was not watching a podcast, but I heard like a highlight of a podcast that actually had a former Tampa Bay Ray pitcher, and they asked him like, so what is it over there? Like, what do they do? Like, what's the philosophy? And they said, they just let us be us. They don't try to change us or tell us what to do. You know, the impression is that, you know, a lot of people said, oh, they just tell them throw sliders, they're math guys. Apparently, they just let them. Hey, what is your favorite pitch to throw? This one. All right, throw it. Just throw it.
That seems like ridiculously easy.
Yeah, right. You know what's funny though? That happens. That could happen a lot in sports. You know what I mean? Like you have so much analytics available to you, so much statistics, so many trainings and physicians, like a lot of information out there, and you try to overcomplicate it, but then sometimes it comes down to just the human being throwing the baseball. What do you like to throw?
Yeah, I mean,
you know what got you here? Right?
Like, I guess it really is one of those things where you're trying to fit the square peg into the circle hole, right? Like, you're trying so hard to make this guy something that he's not. But, I mean, just let him call his own play, right? Like, I guess I just thought of a football analogy where it's like, dude, like, just let the quarterback call his favorite play.
Oh, no, Bo Bichette's injured. Oh, no. Bo Bichette was trying to stretch a single into a double, and he just got hurt. Oh, no.
Oh, it looks kind of bad,
It looks really bad. He literally stopped midway on his way to second and felt something, and trainer's coming
everybody.
out.
Yeah, not good.
Oh, no.
Not what you want to see from the Toronto Blue Jays.
They got
the training staff coming out right now. He's still hunched over. No real movement. You could see him trying to walk it off.
Okay, this is it. He was trying
moving, and then
and he's trying to stop. Oh, and he felt something right there.
Immediate ow.
Ow.
Yeah, didn't have the strength to try to go back. He just kind of conceded, like, I'm going to be done now.
Oh, no.
Yeah, ouchie.
Oh, no.
And we are limping off the field. We are limping off the field.
All right, so we got to trade for Tim Anderson.
Wow. Like, actually, though, like you might not be wrong about that. Like, if this is, like, he's limping off the field, folks.
Oh, God.
He's not in this game. This is IL worthy, maybe. This could be IL worthy.
We definitely got to trade for middle infield. You losing Bo Bichette is like losing your team.
Oh, yeah. We're limping off the field, folks. I think this is IL. This looks IL to me. This look IL to you?
Yeah, this looks IL to me.
This looks like at least 10 day. This looks like 10
day IL. Oh, no.
Okay, well, I'm hoping it's 10-day IL.
Yeah, I hope it's a 10-day IL.
It's a 10-day IL. It's a soft tissue injury. It's like a little tiny rip. Oh, no. And that'll be that.
Wow.
Yep, not good. Not what you want to see.
Santiago Espinal enters the game at shortstop. Yeah, we have to make a trade. You can't lose your best hitter.
Wow.
You can't lose our best hitter. Trade that. Well, good thing it's still in the trade deadline.
Yeah, literally, bro.
Let's go.
Imagine this happened on, like, Tuesday's game. Like,
no. Guys, we got to make a trade. It looks like an ACL to me, says Mike Mitchell.
Oh, God. No, that would be, like, like Kyler Murray level injury. Like,
bro, that.
Dude, you remember when he was just, like, running? And it was just, like, it broke. It just broke. Bro. That's worst case scenario. That's what you can't have happen, because that means that not only is he done, not only was he be 100% done for this year, but you're actually looking at like next year implications too. Dude, that can't happen.
No.
That's worst case scenario, everybody.
No. Wow. We really got to get Anderson.
No, that is 1,000% worst case snenario. David McKinnon, what the hell are you talking about? Best hitter? What the hell are you talking about? Bo Bichette's clearly the best hitter.
He's literally our best hitter
on the team.
He's literally like look at all the numbers. He's literally the best hitter.
Yeah, that's like not a good thing at all. We need to be monitoring this injury very close.
Fuck, man, no. Remember what we said? It would always come down to a big injury.
We've never had one.
We've never had one.
We've never had one, our team with the core boys, right? Like not a big injury. You know, you've had these little like things here and there, but a big injury would be very, very bad.
All right, time to pull up the numbers because David doesn't believe us. David, literally, he leads the team in batting average, leads the team in OPS, leads the team in a lot of categories. A lot of categories, my man.
Yeah. Bo Bichette is clearly our best.
He's literally our best player.
Yeah,
like who's better than Bo Bichette? Whit Merrifield is close.
The only guy who might be close is Whit Merrifield, but I still take Bo Bichette.
Take Bo Bichette.
Yeah.
Yeah. Wow.
No.
Wow. Yeah. Red jerseys are cursed.
What the hell, bro?
All right. Wow.
What the hell?
I'm like shook. I am shook.
I mean, you have to make a move now. You have to.
You have to, bro. I'm gonna cut that clip. What was that? We gotta make a move. We gotta make a move. I'm shocked. I'm sorry, guys. Like I feel like you just hit like a wall right now.
Bichette pointed to his right knee after rounding first base. Now out of the game. We'll update once we know more. Right knee. Does anyone know what happens with the right knee? Like, is that around the ACL? Is that...
I think...
Like, is that around
What do you guys think? He walked off on his own. If it was an ACL, he wouldn't be able to walk, so it might be just a partial tear or a hyperextension.
Yeah, I'm hoping. That's what I'm hoping. You know,
that's what I'm hoping for.
Little tear, like 10, even 15-day IL. If it needs to be 15-day IL, fine. But, like, you got to be back this year. Right?
Yeah.
You got to be back. You're back in September, right? Like,
Del Silver saying Orioles Martinez has been getting reps at shortstop at Buffalo. Oh, dude, we're calling up our prospects.
I'm not ready for that, bro.
Oh my god,
I'm not ready. I can't be doing any of that, man. I can't be doing any of that.
Wow.
Yeah, and I do think that they walk off.
With ACL.
I do think.
Yeah, that's what I thought too.
Like, didn't Kyler walk off?
I think Kyler walked off too.
Like, I think that it happens, right? Like you don't like notice how bad it is right at the beginning, right?
I'm sure we're gonna update you at Blue Jays today, absolutely. So.
Yeah.
Oh man.
We probably won't hear results though until the MRI, which will be late tonight, guys.
Oh, God.
Stay tuned for that, everybody. Stay tuned for that. Wow.
Well, we got to get back to the trades after that.
Well, let's look at the shortstop and second baseman potential guys here. You know,
I didn't even put on this list right here Tim Anderson. So let's get Tim Anderson in here.
Oh God.
We're gonna need him.
I don't want Tim Anderson. I don't want Tim Anderson.
We have to, Nick.
I want
We have to.
Bichette. I want Bichette.
We have to, Nick.
What the hell?
I'm looking at all these updates.
Oh God! And Bob Nightingale's out here being like,
yeah.
No.
No.
Yo, the baseball community is reacting right now. The baseball community is reacting.
I'm laughing not because of the injury. I'm laughing how ridiculous.
Okay, let's tweet something out, everybody. Let's collectively tweet something out. Can we tweet something out about this?
Wait, I just want to look at this real quick. Yeah, this is what we're looking forward to. Oh no, Tim Anderson's a Blue Jay. Tim Anderson's Blue Jay. Okay, what do you want to tweet?
Guys, what are we gonna tweet right now? We need to respond to this as a unit.
My go-to is just a GIF.
I'm like so butthurt right now. Like,
yeah, you tweet something out. I'll keep this for everybody to look at. Well, wow, I'm just shocked. Well, Tim Anderson, if we take a look at his numbers, we can make him a Blue Jay. Oh, I'm sorry, guys, clicked the wrong link. Tim Anderson to the Blue Jays. Tim Anderson. I wish you were doing better this year, Tim Anderson. Oh my God. We can't have that drop off. We can't have that drop off. Elvis Andrus is a Blue Jay. Elvis Andrus. Can we get Elvis Andrus? I don't like Elvis Andrus. No, he's worse. He's worse. No. All right. What other shortstop options are there? I'm pretty sure there was some other one. Honestly, I don't think there's that many options out there for shortstops this year. Javier Baez? No, Red Bull Insider. We can't be getting Gleyber Torres. We are not getting Gleyber Torres. That's just impossible. How about free agent infielder Asdrubal Cabrera? I don't want him. Bring up Orelvis. My boy's ready. You know, let's take a look at Orelvis Martinez, everybody. Orelvis Martinez. 21-year-old's about to make his debut with the Toronto Blue Jays now. In this year, he's batting .226 with an OPS of 813. He's got 19 homers. You know, he's always got the home run pop. I'm just worried that batting average is just not going to translate. It's not going to really translate. 69 strikeouts. How many walks? 47. That's actually not the worst. A lot better than last year, for sure, actually. I mean, yeah, see, here's the problem, guys. Once he got called up to AAA, again, only 10 games, short sample size, but he's been doing worse in AAA. Can play good defense, though. Yeah. Call up Tucker Toman or Leo Jimenez. Honestly, that's what's got to be. We're probably not going to shoot a shot on our prospects. But Tucker Toman is a good prospect. Call up Otto Lopez. Call up Leo Jimenez. You're right. Just call up anybody to fill in some time if it's like a 10 or 15 day IL. Wow,
this has turned into like Bo Bichette watch now.
I know. Rightfully so. God. I always in the back of my mind had a fear that, like, if Bo Bichette got injured, or Vladimir Guerrero Jr., you know, any star player like that, like, it's really going to hurt us. Get Bradley Zimmer and teach him to play shortstop. That'd be something. Otto Lopez is on the IL. Okay, so we can't call up Otto Lopez, so it's got to be Leo Jimenez. We need a hitter. They can go to J.P. Crawford. Oh, interesting, actually. What would J.P. Crawford's contract look like? Is he an option? Let's take a look, everybody. What are you doing? Nick's taking a selfie right now. Yeah, I don't know if we make a spontaneous decision to get J.P. Crawford. I mean, the deal's nice, but you will have Bo Bichette back in 3 years, so probably not J.P. Crawford. Trade for India. Yeah, now actually I kind of want to.
Might have to at this point.
Yeah, literally. Actually, this might actually work. Jonathan India. You want to be a Blue Jay? Wow, that just killed the morale. Wow, we'd have him for so long. We have him for 3 more years after this. Yeah. All right. Let's just trade for Jonathan India, everybody, and we'll be fine. I'll throw him in here.
What about Ohtani?
No, we can't get Ohtani, Nick. No. We can't. Alright, and it looks like I don't see the team's going to lose tonight. After that Bo Bichette injury, I feel like we're losing, everybody. We're losing. Alright, we got 184 of y'all in here. We were talking trades for most of the stream, and then all of a sudden, Bo Bichette got injured, and we kind of lost track of ourselves. But if you guys liking the stream so far, drop a like and get us to 100 likes. That would be super dope. You guys would be amazing if you did that. And also, please make sure to subscribe to the YouTube channel, because tomorrow we're going live watching for the Blue Jays to trade for the new shortstop of the Toronto Blue Jays. Trade for Donaldson, says Benji. No. We're not trading for Donaldson. We're not doing it.
I might need to learn how to play shortstop, boys.
Nick's going to get called up, everybody? You know, the Jays... Whoa, is that your throw? Windmill tactic.
Yeah. This is my transfer. Ready? Look at how quick guys, you ready? Want to see it? I'm gonna practice. Where's the ball? Gonna practice, guys. Everyone,
this is Nick's audition for Toronto Blue Jays shortstop.
Yeah. Well, I need like a ball of some kind. Here, we'll take we'll take this guy right here, everybody. Look at how quick my transfer is. Ready? Look at this, guys. Look, ready?
Why'd you pick it up with your... Oh, yeah, you like picked it up with your glove.
Well, it's like, okay, so I gotta like... Right? That's pretty fast, you know? Like, I think we're gonna be okay.
Hey, wait, let me toss it to you.
I think we're gonna be okay.
Let's see your transfer. Let me toss it to you. Here we go, ready?
I think we're fine. We're fine, everyone. We're fine. I'll handle it. I'll take it, guys. Blue Jays today.
Trade for Nick.
Guys, at Rogers Center, okay? We got it. Blue Jays today's got us covered, man.
Blue Jays trade for Blue Jays Today host Nicholas Pollock. He'll be signed to a 15-day contract playing shortstop.
Bo Bichette worried about his future.
as you're reporting from the dugout. Bo Bichette's gonna be worried about this guy Nick.
Oh, Jesus
Take
Christ.
a look at his transfer. You know?
Wow. Okay, guys. Well, it's gonna be a rough one, everybody. It's gonna be a rough one for the Toronto Blue Jays. So I'm actually serious. I was like in like kind of shocked mode right there.
Yeah.
But like other than Tim Anderson, like who are our options right now?
Literally Jonathan India and him. Like those are
Okay,
kind of the guys.
I mean, like I love to go down the Jonathan India rabbit hole, but I just don't think it's realistic, man.
No. Honestly, it's probably Tim Anderson. It's probably Tim Anderson. There's not really much. Oh, Paul DeJong. Thank you, Red Bull Insider.
Paul DeJong.
Paul DeJong. Let's take a look at Paul DeJong.
Okay, yeah, this'll be fine. This'll be okay.
Paul. Okay, you know, I'll take a temporary Paul DeJong for temporary. Better than Tim Anderson.
Right. Yeah.
Let's take a look at the Civale.
This'll make our lineup better.
Over Espinal is basically what you're saying. So.
Wow, remember when we did have Bichette?
Yeah, what, like 30 minutes ago?
I hate it, dude. I actually hate it.
Oh, God. Hey, he's really good defensively. All right. Cool. So that's our options, folks. Tommy Edman. I don't know if they're trading Tommy Edman. 2 hits and Bo has both of them. There we go.
Is that actually what was happening tonight?
Oh, go get Gorman. I don't think they're going to trade Gorman, though. I don't think they're going to trade Gorman.
Get Arenado.
Just overkill. Yeah. Just get Arenado. Where would he... Where would you... I guess you play him third base, but where would Matt Chapman go?
One of them needs to be shortstop now. Like, I don't even know how that... One of them would just have to do it. They'd have to learn.
Yeah.
They'd have to learn, you know?
Are you cutting this clip?
Yeah, that's going to be good. I'm going to put it on Twitter and say, like, we're auditioning. at the Blue Jays.
Yeah, Adam. Yeah, go get Lindor. Oh, God. I actually don't want Lindor.
No,
I want nothing to do with him. I'm going to get another beer, folks, but, yeah, I'm going to need another beer.
Wow, Bichette out for the season. No. He can't be, man. He can't possibly be, dude. That's actually, like, that's the one thing. I wasn't even thinking about that.
Oh,
but that's, like, the one thing where I'm like, that really, like, hurts us bad.
You think we need bats before? We need bats now.
Yeah. Like, that's, like, actually, like, that's a full rally. That's a double play on the season, boys. That's like an absolute rally killer, guys. Like, QB just got sacked like 15 yards behind the line, man. Like, we're not picking up first down anymore. Oh, God.
Yo, we really need to get it back.
Yeah, we do.
We actually, now the emphasis, like, now with Bo being injured, I really do think that as, like, Ross Atkins, you have to at least get Tommy Pham now.
Oh, Tommy Pham's required.
Your requirement.
Just
we get
to
Juan
make
Soto.
up.
Yeah. Just
Juan Soto.
Do we get Juan Soto?
That might do it.
Oh, my God.
ACL would mean out this season and not 100% next season. Yeah, we know. We're aware of it. We're aware of it. In other news, guys, we were talking about this earlier. Like, Justin Verlander is still, like, we're hearing tweets about him. Baltimore Orioles were in on him, which is just exactly what they need, even though they're kicking our ass right now.
Yeah.
The Dodgers were in on him. The Astros were in on him. Astros actually do make a lot of sense.
They know him. They know him. They'll pay for him. The Astros have shifted their focus to starting pitching and trade talks with the Mets about Justin Verlander. So that's pretty straight up clear. I know. Oh man, I just want to hear this Bo Bichette news. It is cheesing me right now.
I know. We gotta keep refreshing. I'm gonna cut this clip extremely fast, but I'll be right back.
Yeah. All right. Well. Ken Rosenthal, like we said, blah, 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 blah. They're in trade talks with Justin Verlander. We're not going to get him. Gene Segura, maybe. We want to look at Paul DeJong's contract? Sure, why not? We're on the train of getting shortstops now. Wow. I did not know he was on arbitration still. I thought Paul DeJong was a lot older than 29. Yeah, hey, I mean, he's got 2 club options. I mean, we could just option him. Wow. I think we're going to burn the red jerseys, everybody. Might be strained or tendon, only out for 2 to 3 weeks. Dude, if he's out for 2 to 3 weeks, we're probably counting our lucky stars. Because it looks like it could be a season ender, man. Let's go get Soto. Man, I do want to go get Juan Soto. You know, screw it. We're in fantasy land now. Let's go look at Juan Soto. 268 batting average with an OPS of 923. That would be immediately our best hitter, bro. Like, he slides right in there to that 2 spot. We look real nice. He's a lefty. That'd be beautiful. Go righty, lefty. You have Vladdy there, righty. Maybe a belt lefty. Like, yeah, that'd be amazing. And the Orioles, they just keep on hitting everybody. O'Hearn with a double. No, a single. Well, I don't think it's going to happen, folks. Okay, let's take a look at some other news that we haven't covered yet. We covered that. Okay. Here's a potential guy. I know we haven't really dove into him too deep. Talked about him a little bit, but next up on potential Washington Nationals chopping block, this was 7 o'clock today. So Lane Thomas and Kyle Finnegan. Lane Thomas, as we know, guys, is a potential player that the Toronto Blue Jays might be interested in. And you want to talk about an everyday player, you go get yourself a Lane Thomas. You know, he would immediately want to be as good as Bichette, but he would definitely help with a 285 batting average, 805 OPS. So that's a guy that I'd want. Yes, he's an outfielder, not a shortstop, but again, I'm just looking for production in that lineup. Just, you know, you move Merrifield permanently to second, and then you just have Espinal there at shortstop. There's him there. And he would be real expensive, Brandon. He would be. But, you know, if we're going to lose, if the news comes out tonight that we have lost Bichette for the season, I think we start paying up. I truly think that losing Bichette means go out there and buy a guy who's a quality bat that might cost you actually a good chunk of your prospect. He's good and young and has a ton of team control. Exactly. I love him, Brandon. He's got 2 more years after this. I would absolutely smash a Lane Thomas deal. No, we're not calling it a wrap. We're not calling it a wrap, everybody. Blue Jays are not done. Wow. Hey, Cleveland Guardians slugger Josh Bell might be available. He is a first baseman. That's the one problem. We have a logjam at first base, so probably wouldn't get him. But again, we could go and we can get Ty France and Teoscar Hernandez, folks, right here. The Mariners are willing to listen on both of them. And Blue Jays, like John Morosi here is saying, are looking for right-handed hitters. I think we got to do it. I think we have to do it, especially now, folks. Especially now. God. All right. We got 175 of y'all in here. If you haven't already, guys. Oh, we did get to 100 likes, so let's go. Shout out to everybody on the stream. Let's go. Thank you guys for liking up the stream. If you haven't already, guys, too, hit that subscribe button. And we're doing a live kind of commentary, trade deadline tracker right now. A lot of moves have been happening for the Toronto Blue Jays. And the kind of moves have slowed down a lot recently. Oh. This is a little fun tweet from Shai Davidi. Not about Bichette. We're trying to distract ourselves right now. Shai Davidi came out with a Ross Atkins quote about Jordan Hicks. Wow, good thing I cashed out my Bichette hits for the season leader. That would have been really bad. All right, so here's a summary, folks, from Ross Atkins' chat with the media right here, saying Blue Jays cards had constructs of the Jordan Hicks deal lined up before Jordan Romano hit the IL. So that tells you something that, Ross Atkins is putting in the moves. They did exchange bigger concepts and talked about several of their other players. So we talked about that before already, but that's usually the case. I mean, if you're gonna go shopping, go look at everything, right? Don't just go for one thing. And then Jays do see opportunities for more. Just more bats like we're talking about. But honestly, folks, like Jeff Y here is saying, screw it, give me Teoscar Hernandez now. We need him. Hey, Varsho got a base hit. That's new. There you go. Yeah, Mr. Bloopy, Varsho hit the ball. Wow. All right. So right now, folks, nothing really new happening on the Twitter sphere. I guess the X sphere now. Nothing new happening. Josh Goldenberg saying, I need a breather from the Teoscar discourse. No, Josh. This is a vibe. I love Teoscar, but the vibe's got this team exactly 0 playoff wins. Josh, every other player on this team, and actually, yeah, every player who was a Blue Jay last year hasn't gotten any playoff wins. We're not going to blame this all on Teoscar Hernandez. Nah, let's just... Josh, come on, don't be a poop. Come on. Don't be a poop. Yeah, everyone's kind of upset right here. Also, I did see a tweet that said Bo Bichette had 15% of the Blue Jays hits this season. So, yeah, that's a lot of hits. That's a lot of hits. I just realized Romano was on the IL, so Matthew Bunny, dude, yeah, he's been on the IL for a little bit of a while now. Absolutely. All right, guys, we got 162 of y'all in here. Nothing right now is going on in the Toronto Blue Jays land. But I want to take a look at some other teams too, because we talked about the Yankees in the AL East haven't really decided whether they're buying or selling. What are they trying to do? Are they trying to retool? Like, what's going on? But thankfully, even though we're getting pummeled by this team already, the Baltimore Orioles haven't made a move yet either. And a lot of people really pegged them to be buyers this season, rightfully so. You have the best record in the American League, but they haven't had any history of buying. Especially in the offseason too, where you thought they were going to make some good big additions. They made a couple, but they didn't make too many big splashes. Are they going to make a big splash this deadline with Justin Verlander being the rumor? We're going to find out today or tomorrow, folks. We're going to be live for it all. Also, a single there by Kirk, and Varsho goes to second. We've got some momentum here, everybody. That's right. That's right. Yeah, Jay Jackson is also out for a bit, but that's personal reasons. He's having a baby right now. Baby's in critical care. But he will be back. He's not injured right now, so. Yeah, first and third, guys. And guess who we've got? Cavan Biggio up to the plate. Aw, yeah. Aw, yeah. Let's see what he does. Yeah, see, instead of Cavan Biggio, imagine if, like, because Whit Merrifield would be playing second. I don't even know. Is Cavan Biggio playing? No, he's playing right field today because George Springer's injured. But imagine that was Tommy Pham instead of Cavan Biggio. Now, Inside saying Seattle's selling. Why? Bro, I mean, they're kind of falling out of the race a little bit. They're 4.5. Well, yeah, you see, they're only half a game back from the Angels, who are buying in heavy. But they made their choice. They said, look, you got the Yankees, the Red Sox, Toronto, like all hovering on that last spot. Like, I don't know if we're going to compete this year, folks. Offense isn't that good. They're pretty mid. Which is good for us. I mean, I don't really... They've had our number, guys, so I don't really want to mess with those guys in the postseason. So, get out of here. And Biggio pops it up. Oh, it's going to go out of play, it looks like. Hey, Keith's saying, new to the channel, Balt may push for starting pitcher, Baltimore, I think. Oh, Baltimore may push for Cease, and several other youngsters could make sense for Shy Sox and O's. Good point there, Keith, and welcome in. Welcome to the channel, my friend. Yeah, absolutely. You know, getting somebody with some control, a young, interesting candidate like Dylan Cease, you know, former Cy Young candidate, would be really good for them. And yeah, or Justin Verlander. They need to make a big splash. It's Cease. I don't even know if Shy Sox are going to be selling Cease at this point. But, Bichette struck out. Okay, also, real quick. I mean, we already knew this, but Toronto Blue Jays are tweeting it. We got an update on Bichette, everybody. We've got an update. Oh, here it is. Update. Shortstop Bichette was removed from tonight's game with right knee discomfort. Aww. Oops. Yeah, that's what's happening, folks. I mean, it's pretty much the same thing we already knew. The right knee didn't look good. But, oh God, people are really calling it over. Get Bichette off his team. Orens and Days. People making memes right now. I hope it's not a torn meniscus. I hope it's not, man. We are literally on Bo watch. We're literally on Bo watch. Right? Bob Nightingale, get out of here, man. He keeps cursing us with his tweets. He's tweeting about Bichette too. Right knee discomfort, the Jays announced. I mean, doy. It's right knee comfort. It obviously doesn't feel good. Honestly, man, I'm praying for like a 10-day IL. Everyone's tweeting about it now. The Blue Jays announcing it right now. Even Ben Nicholson Smith. Matthew, I don't know. Matthew, right knee discomfort could mean anything. You still got to get an MRI. Don't count your stars right now. Look up Shai Davidi. All right, we're looking up Shai Davidi. Oh, we also got some more updates on some trades, some rumors coming. Yeah, Blue Jays say Bichette right knee discomfort. Yeah, literally my exact reactions.
Hey guys, everybody. Hey everybody, I just tweeted out the clip of me auditioning to be shortstop. Can everybody please go to that tweet on our Twitter and at the Toronto Blue Jays and like the tweet.
Everyone do it.
How to play shortstop.
Boy, is that your pro? Everyone, this is Nick's audition for Toronto Blue Jays shortstop. Here we go, ready?
I think we're fine. We're fine, everyone. We're fine. I'll handle it. I'll take it, guys. Guys, go at the Blue Jays, okay? They have to know. They have to know. Everyone at the Toronto Blue Jays. We need to get their attention.
Gotta get them, guys. We gotta get them. What does discomfort mean? Pain. It means it hurts. We don't know how bad or what's hurting, but it means it hurts. Did we get a run? Did we get a run there? I was missing it right there. Everyone like it up on our Twitter. Links in the description, folks. All right. Yeah, we did get some more updates, though, folks. We did get some more updates from John Morrissey. Not about Bichette. We're going to keep you updated. But John Morrissey coming out talking about some more rumors that the Orioles and the Tigers have been talking. As we've mentioned here a few days ago, Baltimore system, heavy on hitters at the top levels, matches up well with Detroit, looking to add offense. And right here, he even quoted a tweet he said a while ago saying Orioles remain focused on pitching upgrades ahead of deadline. Tigers all-star Michael Lorenzen is one whom they have interest. So Michael Lorenzen to the Orioles potentially would be the trade that they need right now. Mm-hmm. They need it. Also, yeah, thank you guys. So, yeah, Kiermaier forced out 4-1, still Orioles right now. So yeah, that's kind of the movement right now here, folks. That's kind of the movement. We'll clear up some of these tweets right now. I think we've almost covered everything. Oh, here's one thing. White Sox will give away catcher Yasmani Grandal. They'll just give him to someone. Who wants a catcher? Who wants a catcher? You must be being paid a decent amount, because I know we signed that deal. You don't want Grandal? Yasmani?
Oh, I think he's really bad this year, isn't he? Or is he back? Is he back this year?
He's got a 699 OPS. So, I mean, it's
not bad.
Not horrible. Oh, he's basically free.
Yeah.
Who wants him? Who wants him?
We don't need him.
Yeah, we definitely don't need him. We absolutely don't need him.
MRI results come back tonight, and then the front office will know more about Bo's injury. Dude, this is actually going to be really big for the Toronto Blue Jays for their tomorrow deadline.
Mm-hmm.
Because,
absolutely.
I mean, like, if it does come back, like, this is serious.
Yeah.
That straight up changes the game. Like,
that
changes your entire motive, right? Like, now everything is a must.
Now you're willing to pay. Like I was saying when you were cutting the clip, like, you're paying up now. Like I was bringing up Lane Thomas.
Yeah.
You were like, well, he's expensive. Well, too bad.
Mm-hmm.
You just lost your best offensive player. You got to get Lane Thomas. You got to get Tommy Pham.
Yeah.
I know they're not shortstops, but they're going to fill out the lineup. You know, you put him in the outfield. You move Merrifield permanently at second base, and then you have shortstop Espinal.
Yeah, I mean, like, sure, we can get Tim Anderson, but, like, we also need a guy in the playoffs who's going to get hits.
Yeah, exactly.
You know?
We need a player.
We don't just need a shortstop. We need somebody who's actually good at baseball.
Yeah.
Which Tim Anderson used to be. If this was 2022 or 2021 Tim Anderson,
yeah,
of course, problem solved.
Yeah.
But that's not the case, you know?
No.
So it's like, no, we need somebody who's actually, like, good.
And that's the problem. The only, like, other than Juan Soto, which is not going to happen,
yeah,
the only other good players are like Lane Thomas and Tommy Pham.
I hate the Cubs for not being willing to ship off Bellinger.
Oh, Bellinger would be immediately fixed.
Bellinger's like, okay, like, you know, we like plug, like toss on the duct tape, like we're good for now.
We're good. Just until and you gotta hope he's gonna be back in like a month. And then he'll join you for the postseason.
Wow.
Yeah.
Dude, the how quickly things change.
Oh, yeah, just like that. Because, you're rounding first, and your whole season changes. Love the Jays, but they're not a serious contender this year. Don't empty your prospect cupboard.
I don't know, man. Like, about half an hour ago, I was pretty confident that we were.
yeah, I know, exactly, bro.
I was feeling pretty good about half an hour ago.
Dude, like, if we actually look at the Jays just overall, like, stats-wise, like, guys, like, they're a good team, man. Like, OPS-wise, yeah, we're ranked 9, but I know this is an underrated stat, but, like, Blue Jays are 5th in batting average. That's pretty darn good. What are we on our on-base right here? Not that good, actually. Yeah, only 22nd. But, yeah, the OPS is top 9. And then from a pitching standpoint, like, we are... Oh my God. We're second. We are second in ERA in the league.
What the hell?
Yeah. Our pitching staff's really good this year, bro.
How does that even happen?
This never happens. That's crazy. The San Diego Padres are first, and they're not even competing. We are first, or second, excuse me, in ERA. That never happens.
Also, too, like, just going from like, just looking at an overall MLB standpoint, that's horrible.
Yeah, I know.
370 is the best ERA in the whole league.
Dude, it's the offense is coming back this year. I mean,
that's really bad.
We're seeing the shift, the pitch clock, the bigger base, everything kind of impacting the teams.
It actually goes to show, though, right? Like, if 370 is the best team ERA, right? It goes to show, like, those guys that are, you know, pitching to the tune of like a 3 ERA on the year. That's like way better than it was last year.
Oh yeah,
you know what I mean? Like that's actually really good.
Barrios is Cy Young.
Barrios is great. Yeah, I mean, and you look at like because the Cy Young contenders this year. I mean, right now the favorites for Cy Young. So in the NL, it's Blake Snell, and in the AL, it's Garrett Cole, and I think both of them are right around the 265.
Yeah,
which I mean, in a season like this is like
Like really good.
That's like
really
effectively
good.
like low to last year.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like that's like really good.
Yeah, like last year's ERAs were ridiculous. Like you saw around the league, a lot of guys had sub 3s.
I know. I actually didn't like it because it made I like looking at a player with a with like a 3.20 ERA and being like, you're elite.
Yeah, exactly.
You know, like that to me is like if you have like a 3.20 ERA or like lower than that, I'm like you're elite. Really good.
Yeah, you're really
good. You know, and then like if you're the middle threes, I'm like still awesome.
Yeah, exactly.
Right?
And for me, like the 4+ is like you're average.
Yeah,
you're getting average.
If you're up, like if you're 4.5 higher, I'm like
starting to get a little bit
I'm like,
yeah, and then sub 3 has always been a staple of like
you're
elite.
Cy Young.
You are Cy Young.
Yeah,
you
like,
are
if you have below 3, you should be getting Cy Young votes. In my opinion,
Yeah, and also we did have a little update here from John Morosi, just kind of commenting on what we're saying. Bo Bichette, moved tonight's game, with right knee discomfort. We know this, but Bichette's status could impact the Jays' approach to the trade deadline tomorrow, and I'm already seeing the thumbnail now.
Yeah.
Of like Bo Bichette for these players, I'm already seeing it, guys. We need to make it happen.
Like, in a hospital.
No. Oh God.
Please be okay, man. Like, actually, please be okay. Like, just like, please be all right.
Yeah, we can't, like, he is going to impact our trade deadline. Like we need bats.
Dude, this second sentence here is actually so stupid. Like,
it will. It will.
It will. Regardless of what it is, it will impact the trade deadline. Topher saying Lourdes Gurriel Jr. Dude, I wish, but that's never going to happen.
No, they're not selling.
Yeah, Arizona Diamondbacks are, like, in full buy mode, man. Like, we're trying to get back a former Jay. The only guy that we can is Teoscar Hernandez at this point.
I want him back. Oh. Honestly, give me Tommy Pham. Give me Tommy Pham.
It needs to be that, dude. I mean, like, we might even see the Jays like get active before the MRI results come out.
Oh yeah.
Like if they know like this is bad.
Yeah.
I would imagine that they're on the phone right now.
Oh yeah, I'd be starting to call up. Oh, but here's the problem. Everyone else knows. Oh, you really wanna?
Wow.
It's gonna cost a bit.
It doesn't. It doesn't matter, right? Like everyone else knows, but like you got to do what you got to do, right? This is the hand that we were dealt, and it sucks.
I know, and then, like I was saying earlier, like people need to like realize, we're gonna have to start paying up some prospects right now.
Yeah.
Yeah, no call ID.
I know. Yeah. Hello. Hi, I'm live on YouTube. Okay, just text me. Wait.
Who's that?
It's Victoria for some reason.
Oh, weird. No caller ID?
Actually, your phone's done that a few times recently. I don't know why. Yeah, Tommy Pham's like sabermetrics though are like actually phenomenal. So
yeah, I mean not a great defender, but we're not looking for that. We're looking for a bat right now. Wow, look at the way he sprays the ball over the field. That's really good.
This is kind of like a Bo Bichette. Look at that expected batting average, eh?
Yeah. Wow.
Expected slug. Actually, this
dude.
Like,
let's get Tommy Pham.
I'm like really liking it.
Let's go, Tommy Pham time.
I need it now. Just to be maybe at the same level.
Yeah.
And still a little bit worse.
And you got to hope that Bo Bichette will come back in a month, and like now our lineup's looking really,
That's
really
what
good.
It needs to be. Yep. Tommy Pham and Bo Bichette comes back in a month.
Dude, let's get Tommy Pham and Tim Anderson.
Yep, just in case.
Just in case. And then if Bo Bichette if Bo Bichette comes back, then we get rid of that like Luplo spot, and then we get rid of one of Bichette or Espinal.
Yeah.
Boom, done.
They're just. I mean, maybe Biggio can be involved in one of these trades.
Yeah,
well, actually, you might not be able to do it anymore now that Bichette's gone.
You might not be able to. You need the flexibility.
Wow.
Well, that sucks.
Dude, imagine I really hope that all of this is just null and void, and it's just like. Oh, he's gonna be out of the game tomorrow.
Yeah.
Right.
He's
fine. Walked it off.
I hope so. But,
I don't think.
But hey,
so,
you know what? Even if he is, if that's obviously the best case scenario.
Yeah.
Even if it is, and we pull the trigger, panic and grab 2 big bats, sure.
Okay, we're better off from that being. It's just like.
Also, I hope this is changing some of y'all's minds, because I know every time we bring up Pham, I see a couple comments being like, I don't want Pham, he's bad. Hope that changes your mind.
Yeah, looking at these numbers, they're actually really, really good. He's
ridiculous.
old for sure, but he's having a good season, right?
He's only with us for 2 months, so
yeah, it'd be a 3-month rental for Tommy Pham. That's what it is. He's steel bags. It's across the board good. Okay, 162 people in here right now. We've kind of covered all the rumors and trades that have already happened. let's get to some of your questions and some of the scenarios that you guys have for us, folks.
Yeah.
We want to be on a little bit longer just in case some news breaks about Bichette or anything like that and whatnot. So let's hear in the chat right now some scenarios, some trade predictions, or some guys that you want us to investigate, and what we need to give up for all that. And also too, go ahead.
I'll say, JK, mortgage the future for a few months, mortgage the future for a run at the title is what you got to look at it like, right? Like, we're not mortgaging just to get through 2 months. Yeah, no, we're mortgaging the future to have a chance to win it all.
That's the thing.
We all forget the ultimate goal is to win a World Series, right? That's why we're here.
The ultimate goal is to win a World Series, and I do truly believe, like, when you have the second best ERA in the whole league,
you got a great chance,
and the ninth best OPS, like that to me,
really good.
And the bullpen that we have,
dude, our team's
right?
Nasty. What the hell?
Like all of that to me is like okay, like. We are good enough to do this and to go balls to the wall, right?
Dude, what the heck? Like,
I know, like how did this
blowing my mind. Like,
second best.
I think it's because we've gotten definitely a little bit better over the time, like in a few months with our ERA for sure. But I think everyone else must have gotten so much worse.
Yeah,
so
because
much worse.
I'm thinking too, right? Like a month ago, like the best ERA was like 3.3 or something.
Yeah. So now it's not even close.
Not even close to that, man. So like we're just treading water, and everybody else is sucking. So we will take that, folks.
Absolutely.
We will take that. Also, it seems like the first kind of question in here, it's from Mr. Bloopy, and he says, trade proposal for Lane Thomas. Let's do it, man.
I'm down. Real quick, I did want to take a look at that reliever ERA. I think this is it. Yeah, I wanted to save it because it takes so bloody long to get it.
Right.
I just want to see how good our bullpen is. We're ranked 5th in the bullpen.
Yep.
Okay, so our starting pitching has got to be like, mint.
Well, if you the bullpen's actually helping us. A little bit.
Yeah, actually, you're right. 365 ERA.
A little bit helping us, So, I mean, the bullpen's been really good.
I think we can also split it, right? Like, can we do it? No, we can do it here. Bang, bang, bang. Also, I'm not even showing you guys. Whoops. Starters ERA. Let's take a peek. Come in. Fangraph's so bloody slow. All right, gimme. We have. Come on. We have the... what? That just makes weird sense to me. I guess the bullpen is carrying us, yeah. We have the 5th best bullpen, the 3rd best rotation, which evens out to the 2nd best team in ERA standards. I don't know, let's make a little tradebaseballvalues.com scenario. And, Ken Rosenthal was on a podcast today, and someone asked him, what's do teams use the trade values thing? And he goes, no. He's like, no, not at all. Right. and he almost laughed about it because, we all know how ridiculous it is. But we can also make our own assumptions, right?
Yeah, I think it honestly, for me, it's just a good place to put guys next to each other, so you can kind of be like, okay, if he's here, and then you take him and you put them there, you know what I mean? I don't even look at the values that much, to be completely honest with you.
Yeah.
But we do know that Lane Thomas is going to cost a decent chunk, folks. Cody Hanlon suggesting Lane Thomas for Barrera, Barger, and Beltran.
Oh my god.
Yeah, that would assuredly get it done. Sure. I don't think I'm personally willing to do all of that.
He's definitely a top prospect for sure.
Yeah, of course, one of those guys for sure. Courtney Flush asking, is Bo out for the season? We're waiting to find out. We are waiting to find out right now, and we have no idea.
All right, let's take a look. Elvis Martinez would get it done.
Oh, wow. Okay. According to this, I don't believe this at all. I personally think for a guy like Lane Thomas, you're giving up a top 5 prospect, and you're probably giving up... Okay, well, let's think about it. What did we give up for Versha?
We gave up our number 1 prospect catcher and a current everyday player, and that had 3 more years of control, so we can chop it down in a third away from that.
Right.
He's not good that defensively, but he's better offensively. So you can kind of make it. When I did my video on him, I was like, you kind of make him in the same category, and a little bit less. So honestly, a top 3 prospect for sure.
Top 3 prospect for sure, and then some.
So probably Brandon Barriera.
Yeah, I think that Barriera is probably going.
Yeah.
I think that you might even consider throwing in a Biggio in here.
Yeah, absolutely.
To give them an everyday sort of player, and probably
God.
point 1.
That's so bad. What's Espinal?
Oh,
he's actually more.
Yeah, okay, well, I think that you probably do Biggio, you probably do Barrera, and then I think you probably also throw in like a 9th overall prospect or 10th overall prospect, like whatever that is, you know what I mean? Like, I think that that's in line of like getting it done. Yeah, like one of those guys, right?
Or something
younger. You know, I think that's honestly a realistic, like at least starting proposal for Elaine Thomas to feel them out, see where they're at.
Yeah. I think that the value doesn't really match, but I think that would actually
I think that's in line with like you're giving them a top prospect, you're giving them 2 decent prospects. Sorry, folks, just dropped something. You're also giving them a player that can play right now.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and could fill in for Thomas's position in the outfield if you so wanted. I think that's probably like where you'd be looking at.
Yeah, that would be about right. I mean,
it's a lot, but it is what for a guy with it's the control.
Yeah, it's the control.
It's the control.
The control is so valuable, right? Like it's you have control of prospects, but you don't know what it's gonna be. So you give up that top tier prospect for all those years. So
yeah, and plus it's control and it's cheap control, right? So you're saving money by doing it as well, because now, well, you don't need to go out, you don't need to buy a $20 million guy in the off season, right? You have this guy for half that.
Also, it's wild. We're in the 7th inning now. Nate Pearson's in the game. He's back with the team, throwing heat right as per usual.
Shout out to Nate Pearson, man, for doing it.
He might get snubbed in our postseason push. Yeah, in that bullpen spot once Chad Green comes back, which unfortunate.
Nick asking, how do we get Lindor?
No, never.
Not happening, dude. The issue with Lindor, I mean, there's really nothing wrong with his game. It's the money is the big problem.
Yeah.
And not to mention, like, the Mets are selling, but they're not going absolutely, like, crazy insane mode and selling off every single piece that they own.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, that's just not going to happen.
Like, Lindor, if he had a different contract, like, this year he's doing good.
Picking it up, yeah.
He's picking up as of late. But yeah, if he was like on like a Tim Anderson or something, or with an option maybe the next year, and like he had like maybe a year or two, yeah, I'd trade for him. But
and also the problem with Francisco Lindor too is that he commands a starting job.
Yeah, he needs to start.
And right, it's like, and when Bo Bichette comes back, well, it's like, what are we, like both of these guys need to play baseball.
Yeah.
It just wouldn't work.
Wow, remember when we were gonna trade for Francisco Lindor?
Wow.
Remember that?
Yeah.
And then we still had Bo Bichette. We were like, oh, we'll move Bo to second. That's when we were fresh on him.
Honestly, that would have probably been pretty nice.
Yeah, I know.
It'd be Francisco Lindor right now, walking off the field hurt.
Oh god.
Maybe.
Yeah,
we have no idea. Right. Who else we have in here? So a few other questions. Inked Rail says, did the Jays sign any extensions, and if so, who? I mean, not the time of the season right now to even be considering that, dude. But like, Guerrero's is coming.
Yeah, Guerrero's coming. Bo's is coming. Oh, Bo already signed an extension.
He already did
so they're not going to address it for a while, but. Yeah, you gotta imagine Guerrero. Like, well, let's take a look at his deal. Actually,
it's like 2 more years after this. I think it's like next year and then the year after that he's free or like gonna be 1 year away. Only 2 more years left on Guerrero, guys.
Wow.
This is when the conversation like really gets going.
Like we either we gotta buy it all, or we gotta extend them, or we gotta rebuild.
Yeah. So that's how. So after this year, it is officially. 2 more years. And this is like next year for me is when you really need to do it.
Yeah.
Because when they start sniffing free agency, bro, especially when they're 27 years old, and like, I mean, Guerrero's been good, but we don't know what he's gonna do.
Yeah.
Right. But
yeah, that's interesting. If he continues at this pace like he's at, his value's not gonna be as much. It's not gonna get over 100 million, but
I think. Well, here's the thing, man. If we don't extend him. I mean, we've seen it before. I think we'll see it again, dude. I think when he's 26 in the last year of his deal, he'll erupt.
He'll erupt. He'll
erupt, and he'll earn himself at least, $250 million, like at least, if not more than that.
Wow, we gotta do it soon.
Yeah.
What do you do if you're the Jays? If he finishes this season where he's at, what do you do? Do you offer him extension in this offseason?
I don't think he takes it, right? Because I don't think,
his career, 850 OPS hitter.
Yeah.
281 batting average. Really good hitter. Won a Gold Glove. Yeah, won a Silver Slugger. Yeah.
Yeah, it's just like it's hard to like monetarily reward him after this season.
Yeah, like this season looks like literally 2020.
Right? It's like you don't.
Wow.
Yeah. Again, like I mean, I know he's an 850 career, but it's like there's one season that's doing a lot of heavy lifting. Like
Exactly.
that,
Exactly.
you know? And I mean, like we haven't seen anything else like that. So I really don't know what you do. I don't know if you can, because I don't know. Like you need to give him $300 million right now.
He's not worth $300 million.
I know, but you have to, or else he won't accept it.
Yeah, you have to overpay.
Because he's like, well, I'm gonna want to play better and earn myself $300 million, right?
The guy we always compare him to is Rafael Devers, but I don't know if he can anymore. Like minus this year before the extension. Just looking at before the extension, you know, like.
That's the thing.
Way better.
When he broke out when he was in 2019, right? So he broke out in 2019, and then take out
very similar.
Take out 2017 and 2018 though, okay. because he. You just gotta click on 2017, and then click on 2019.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it was 2017. Yeah. So that was his. He broke out in 2019, and then that was like his time. And there was not a single his worst season ever was 2020, which was COVID, which I mean, but he was still good. Yeah. But every other full length season, you know, all-star and really really nice. So
yeah, wow,
it's tough. Yeah, it is tough to compare him because at the end of the day, like he was better.
Yeah, he was. I mean, I don't know what I do if I'm Vlad. Yeah, because I want that $300 million, and
if they're not giving it to me, you gotta hold.
Yeah, I gotta wait until I hit that breakout year. And
yes,
then
I have to do that again. I need to work my ass off.
And he might he wants to play here his whole career. He said that, right? Like and you almost think, and I don't want to dive into Vladdy's mind, but like you almost think like, and Bichette said it, money's not a problem to me. Like I don't care about the money because he has his dad, you know, who's already played in the major leagues. He's grew up in a rich family. Like money, I've never needed money. If you grow up like down low. And like, yeah, of course you want money. I gotta cash in, right? I gotta provide for future. But like, future's provided for forever. You know, it's like Vladdy's future's provided for. He's got brothers that are gonna be there. Like, money's not an issue to this guy. So like, does he take like a $50 million pay cut to stay with Toronto? I don't know.
I don't know, man.
That's something I don't know. That's a mind of Vladdy that we don't know.
We have no idea. It's impossible to say. Like I personally find that hard to believe, but you never know.
You never know. Some people do. There's been cases where some people do. And yes, we are watching the game. It's right behind us, but not much is going on, folks. Not much is going on.
Yeah, I think honestly, folks, we may call the stream relatively soon. But I'm thinking the game plan here, guys, is everything will be left out where it is right now because we're gonna be going live literally tomorrow morning. And if anything else happens this evening, you know, like maybe a big Bo Bichette update or something like that, or a trade of some kind or anything like that. I think the boys are going to be right back. Folks, if you haven't already done so, smash the like button, hit the subscribe button, and mark it in your calendars tomorrow morning, 10 a.m. sharp, everybody. Blue Jays today, starting the live stream. It's this all day long, everybody.
It should be interesting, yeah.
All day long.
Yeah, it's going to be fun, guys. I mean, well, hopefully, you know, honestly, for the stream's sake, we find out some more news on Bo Bichette. We have a clear game plan of what the Toronto Blue Jays trying to do, and they might actually be holding off right now. Blue Jays might be holding off right now, being like, let's find out about Bo Bichette, maybe save some of those pieces we were going to sell and direct it in another place.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So
I honestly hope that I don't see you guys later tonight, because I feel like if I do see you later tonight, really it's not going to be good. You know, it's not going to be good. So, we'll see you guys. I'm hoping that I see you guys tomorrow. But if not, thank you so much for watching. And as always,
go Jays, go!